What's up, everybody? Good morning. Let's see here. Microphone. Yeah, microphone looks good and check. I just realized I didn't actually have it powered on earlier, so looks like we're good. Yes. Yes. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Mayong buntag. Mayong aga. Magandang umaga. Bunch of agas and whatnot, right? What's everyone up to? Happy Thanksgiving. My gosh. I had no idea. I was talking to my buddy Fletch. Shout out to you, brother. He was saying one of the local restaurants, really good restaurant here, Pit Stop. Many of you or several of you have recommended that place. Really good. The American guy. It's a funny story about the guy. He moved here, I don't even know, 10, 15 years ago. Butuan was just a small town back then. It's kind of small town and compared to other towns here in the Philippines. But anyways, he moved here. He was a construction guy, did concrete work, all that good stuff. And demolition guy, I think he said. And he opened up a restaurant so he could eat. He said there wasn't anything here. And so anyways, he's got a restaurant. Good food, man. Good wings. I love the wings. The wings are my favorite. They're good old buffalo wings. But he did a big Thanksgiving spread, and it was just packed. It was packed. So I hear. I didn't make it out. I didn't even know it was Thanksgiving. I'm pretty disconnected. But yeah, man, it's been good. We've got a trip coming up. We actually leave tomorrow, heading to back to Palampon, Mary Rose's hometown. I lived there for about a year. Kind of traveled in and out of the town, but was there pretty consistently for several months. We had an apartment there. Mary Rose's last year at college, we got a little apartment, and I bounced in and out of there quite a bit. But as I was traveling around, and she was busy with school, so anyways, going back to Palampon tomorrow, start heading back. Good little route, actually. Good little route. You know what? We should let's see if we can present. One of the things I like to do when I'm talking about a particular area is to kind of show you guys on the map kind of what how things are at. So anyways, here we are in Butuan City. Palampon is just right up this northern coast. You go to Surigao City, and then you pop over. We actually had some ferry issues, which we kind of talked about in the video last night. But anyways, you can pop up a ferry. You can maybe see these little dotted lines here, maybe not. But then you can get a ferry from Lipita Port to San Ricardo, or Lipita to Padre Burgos. And I think we're going to go to Padre Burgos and then probably crash in Maasin, hang out there for a night, because we need to be up in Palampon for a big festival. And we're really going to see our family. We wanted to be here in Butuan for Christmas, but we decided to go back, visit family early December, and then come back here. So anyways, we're heading off there. So we'll head out tomorrow. Spend a good week out there or so. And then we might, on the way back, one of the things we're considering, depending on if the weather's good, because there is some low pressure systems coming in, I'm looking like. But anyways, we're going to explore some of the Southern Leyte that I haven't seen yet, and might do Limawasa, or whatever the hell it's pronounced here. We might do some stuff out here. Just gorgeous, man. Just beautiful little island. So I hear. I haven't been yet. So, but yeah, I can't wait to do that. So we'll see. Hopefully the weather is going to cooperate, because there is, I actually haven't looked today. So what I'm looking at here is Zoom Earth, and I really dig this app, man. Really phenomenal weather app. But yeah, I thought I saw a little bit of a low pressure system kind of spinning her off to the east here, kind of maybe starting to build up. But yeah, I'll have to keep an eye on that. I haven't looked today, but yeah, it looks pretty good so far. Should have a decent travel day tomorrow, but looks pretty good. But I could see it. Yeah, you can start to see some moisture moving in the next couple of days here. And then I saw a little bit of a circulation coming up down here. Nothing yet was being picked up as an official low pressure system or disturbance. Yeah, I was kind of keeping my eye on that, as you need to, right? You need to this time of year. You need to keep an eye to the east and see what's going on. The last thing you want to do is be surprised by a storm. And so, yeah. So, yeah, I guess that's kind of it as far as preamble goes. Just kind of looking at questions and stuff like that. I kind of looked up before the live stream. There's a lot of stuff that comes up regarding life in the Philippines, like why I moved here, everyday stuff. We could talk about that. A lot of questions on the house too, housing and things like that, how we found it, pricing, budget, got a lot of stuff on motorcycle travel. So yeah, whatever you guys want to talk about, it's pretty open. I'm just kind of looking at, if we do have we do kind of run out of stuff, we can definitely go into some of these other points, but we can dive into whatever as usual. But yes, good morning, Odo. What's up, brother? Mayang buntag. Magandang umaga. Hope all is good there. And Balan, what the are you? I thought you were down in Batangas. I guess, is that where you're at? Yes, the good Pomeranian. I need to make it your way to Luzon. And speaking of which, when do I think I'll hit Baguio City and Luzon up there, northern Luzon? I don't know, man. I will ride Luzon at some point, without a doubt. I will ride Luzon. I mean, you have to, right? I feel I have to. But right now, I'm in the Mindanao region, and a lot of my travels will be in this particular region. Mindanao. I haven't even made it over to Butuan yet. So we're just kind of getting started here. I feel, maybe been here not quite 6 months. Mid-July? I think I got here. It's August 1st, September, October, November. So whatever, 3 months, almost 4. But yeah. So we're just really kind of getting settled. We got a lot to see here, but I'll make it to Luzon. I'll make it to that whole region at some point and kind of right around there, spend a month or so kind of touring around. Right now, probably over 2026, I will focus on hitting Mindanao, go down through the Bukidnon region, make it back down to Davao, and that whole southern, here, let's pull up the map. Make it back down to the southern region of Mindanao. Just because, show you guys some of that. Yeah, I really want to explore a lot of this of the Philippines in the central region, Valencia City, Malaybalay City, kind of get back down in there, get back down to Tagum. My buddy Jim down in Mate is back down there. I loved it too down there. The December, January can it be some of the wetter months here in the Mindanao region. So, and unfortunately, that is last year when I went. So Jim and I, when he and I rode it together, we were fighting a lot of rain. So, yeah, I'd like to go back during a non-rainy season right around. I want to get up to Camiguin Island. Let's just go back to that real quick. I want to go up to here to Camiguin Island. I want to explore that. I've not been out here at all yet. Really excited about getting out here. So yeah, I mean, just kind of a lot to see, a lot to do before I make it up to Luzon in this particular region. But I will at some point for sure. I'm hearing a lot about northern Luzon and just how absolutely amazing and breathtaking it is up there. So I can't wait to get up there. So yeah. Hey, how you doing, man? Yeah, it's como está from Oregon. God bless. Yeah, you as well. Hope all is well. Hope you had a great Turkey Day, or was that yesterday in the States? Yeah, I get a little mixed up on the time, admittedly, but okay, Billy, Chris, what do you pay to extend your tourist visa every 2 months? What is the cheapest method to extend? Yeah, so I just did it. Hey, babe. How much was my last tourist visa? Was that 8,000?
Yeah, 8,000
with ACR card. So I just did a 2-month extension, and I had to update my ACR card. So that was 8,000 pesos. And let me pull up my calculator so I can convert that out. So that was a more expensive visa update. just because you have to get, once a year, you have to get what's called an ACR card. It's like an alien certificate registration or whatever card. And that costs a little bit more. So, but yeah, so that was $150, but that was for 2 months plus my ACR card. I think normally for 2 months, it's right around 3,000 pesos. So let's just say, yeah, $50 is what it is for every 2 months. Yeah, so not bad, not bad. And that's probably the cheapest way is just to go to the Bureau of Immigration office. Find one. Every bigger city has one. There's one here in Butuan. Super simple, super easy. You can also, if you're there in Cebu, and if you don't want to deal with the lines and stuff, you could hire JRC to do all this stuff for you. They just drop off your passport and they handle it for you. They charge a small fee, but maybe a couple bucks. It's not much. So they can do it for you too, JRC. They've got offices. JR's great, man. I met him, his family, his kid. You know, just a good dude, good guy. But anyways, so yeah, they've got offices in Cebu City, I think Dumaguete. That he shut down. I think he had an office in Iloilo that he may have shut down. But anyways, JR is a great guy. You could do visa services like that too if you want. If you just don't want to deal with it and stand in lines. Thankfully, here in Butuan, I'm in and out in less than a half hour. You sit down, you fill out your paperwork, you're in and out pretty quick. You know, the thing too about immigration offices, you want to dress up. You don't want to show up in a muscle shirt, and they call them slippers here, but flip flops, right? Although I think I did wear my flip flops last time. Anyways, you just kind of want to be dressed up. You want to be dressed up nice, to wear a collared shirt, maybe wear long slacks, or at least your dressiest shorts possible. I know the one in Cebu, a couple of times I showed up in my slippers, my flip flops. The guy turned me away at the door, the security guard, right? So it just because in that office of JR's office there, they, this was just going to JR's office in JRC. It was a law firm, so you know it was more formal attire was wanted there. Yeah, I mean you don't have to wear a suit, you don't have to wear a tie or any of that crap, right? But a collared shirt and some slacks. Anyways, and some shoes. You know, you can wear a pair of running shoes, you know, whatever, but just not flip flops, right? Janelas, babe. Yeah, nothing. But so yeah, that's kind of the visa stuff there and cost, and not bad. Pretty easy for the most part. There was a little bit of scare, I remember, for me, maybe it was over a year ago now, about some changes to the visas, but honestly, none of that's really panned out. They don't really do interviews. Kind of when you're going to these offices, though, you just want to have your head on you. You know, you want to, like I said, be dressed up, be respectful. You know, yes, sir. You know, I'm having fun, I'm touring around, I'm traveling, you know, just that kind of deal. Just, you know, be mindful of where you're at and kind of what you're doing would be the other thing. And that's what's kind of nice too about JR and JRC is you just freaking drop off your visa, you know, be done with it. But yeah, man, pretty simple, you know, and then you got 3 years on the tourist visa. After 6 months of being here consecutively, when you leave, you'll have to do an exit interview. But yeah, no, pretty easy, man. Pretty easy. You're good. Well, thanks, man. I don't know about that. I'm human. I've lived my life for sure. But you know, I just chatting with my daughter this morning, kind of about life and you know, just people being deceitful. You know, she's chatting about some things that are going on in her world, and you know, that's just like look. You know, just I avoid chaos, and a lot of ways I avoid chaos is by having integrity, having values. You know, look, I'm not perfect, and I haven't lived a perfect life, but you know, I don't know, man. I just try to live my life true to myself and what I want. I'm as you've watched my videos, I'm kind of boring, and I like that. I you know, I don't want a wild and crazy life, man. I didn't come here for that. And so I just try to chill. I try to relax. The last thing I want to do is create drama, create chaos in my life and all of that. But anyways, man, appreciate it. Hope all is well for you there. Mike's Philippines journey. What's up, man? Yeah. Oh, thanks. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Salamat kayo, as they say here. Yeah. Do typhoons destroy provinces? They seem so big, and the Philippines has nothing to weaken them before hitting land. Yeah. No, Ryan, they can be pretty intense, no question. But one of the things about the Philippines and the people is just their resilience, their ability. Like, I was shooting this video last night, we posted it, about just being able to adapt, and that's including to the weather, right? And just, but yeah, a typhoon, just like in the West or wherever, they can create chaos and havoc and massive devastation. But you can also prepare for those storms. You can, if you're in a concrete structure like we're in, we're pretty protected from a lot of that stuff, right? So, and we can also get out of the path of these storms. We can hop on an airplane and go, although it's a little bit of a challenge, or we can hop on the bike and go. But yeah, absolutely. Typhoons and hurricanes are devastating storms, no matter where you're at in the world. And they can be sometimes more so here just because the infrastructure, some of these buildings aren't as good, right? They're not as well built. Some of these people live in shacks and stuff. Stuff that happens in Cebu, like that, the storm that rolled through there a couple months back, and create those problems just because people don't have the best living situations, right? So, but yeah, for us foreigners, most of the time, if we just practice a little common sense, we can be fine in those types of situations. Most of the time, we're living in accommodations that can withstand and are built for that, especially if it's a modern building. And then you can also pick regions that aren't necessarily so prone to typhoons, like where I live. Mindanao in general isn't necessarily known for hitting. Let's pull up the map again. We can talk a little bit about this particular deal. So just kind of like in the Western United States, typhoons and hurricanes follow a particular path. And usually what they do is they come in from the eastern side here, and then they just roll up this coast of the Philippines. Well, as you can see down here, this blue dot where I'm at, they don't necessarily roll this way. And the equator is right, it's not showing here, but the equator is just south. So in this, what do you call, Miscellaneous effect, I think it's called, whatever Richard's told me a couple of times now, my buddy. Shout out to you, brother. But storms typically won't go towards the equator, they'll go away from the equator. So in the northern hemisphere here, they'll roll in and then roll north. So unfortunately, what happens is they typically run in, they hit Leyte, Samar, and just roll right up Luzon. So that would you could say then that this region, this central region here, is typically well protected from storms. So you got Dumaguete's well protected. Cebu typically is. Bohol, of course, all Mindanao. I mean, it doesn't mean you're immune to them, but they're less likely to hit. And the thing too, you can be like, we were in Leyte for a while. Now Leyte can get hit by a storm, but there is a big difference from living in Palampan, where we lived, versus living in Tacloban City. And the main thing is, like you were pointing to, are like these mountains. As soon as a low pressure system hits that, it's going to quickly disrupt that system. That same storm that kind of ripped through and hit over in Bogo did go right over Palampan, but because of the mountains and stuff that they were much more protected. So you can be on this western edge of Leyte and still be quite a bit protected from some of these devastating storms, versus right in Tacloban. And there was that storm that ripped through, I don't know how many years ago now, that killed thousands of people, right? Because it's on the leading edge, it's on the eastern front. That storm just came right up the bay, and it's super low lying. I mean, I was just blown away. I think I was on this road right through here, and the water is right there. You look over and it's right there, like you're right at level. And I mean, shoot, a 3-foot storm surge and you're in trouble, let alone a 20-foot one. So, yeah, that's kind of the long of it with storms and typhoons and stuff like that. But, like I was saying before, most of the time the housing and things that we'll be in will be protected if we bring a mindset about it too. I lived in Florida a lot of my life, so I think that prepared me a lot for this environment, the bugs, the weather, all of it, because it's very similar. This is like Florida with mountains and friendlier people. But anyways, man, but yeah, just having the right mindset is and just being prepared. Have your crap charged, have power banks, have solar stuff. Is all kind of part of the adapting and changing your life to be successful here. Yeah, what's up, Eve? Good morning from Southeast Tennessee. Beautiful there, brother. Yeah, gorgeous. Part of my life, I lived in Kentucky, just Richmond, Kentucky. Beautiful. Yeah, beautiful area of the U.S., right? Smoky Mountains. Gorgeous, man. Gorgeous. Good for you. Yeah. Yeah, good for you, man. Yeah, happy Thanksgiving, man. Hope you're good there. Really enjoyed the last video. Well, I put one out last night that I think it was all right, man. The lighting was a little bit off. I didn't really, in hindsight, I wouldn't have done this O-ring light. It kind of washed us out. But yeah, no, I appreciate it. I'm learning a lot, man. I just keep learning. I keep learning. That's the thing about this YouTube journey for me is just it's kind of a nonstop and just kind of figuring stuff out as I go. But yeah, thank you. I appreciate that though. Thank you so much. The Philippines is like the Caribbean on steroids when it comes to storms whipping stuff out. Yeah, man, they pound through pretty regularly now this time of year. But the weather the weather for me really hasn't been a big issue or factor. It hasn't been. And it's part of why I live in the region that I have, the Visayas, the central region of the Philippines, even Leyte, when I lived in Leyte, whatever, man, it was fine. It was not a big deal at all. And here it's even better. Now, Luzon, where Otto and Richard and a couple of other guys are up at, they get hit a little more frequently. Now, Otto, I was under the assumption that they got a lot more rain there. Now, the rainfall, ironically, is very similar, but they just get hammered in the wet season. They get hammered with freaking storm after storm after storm, while Cebu and the central region gets more, the rain kind of spread out through the year. So yeah, really kind of really interesting from the weather. And I've talked about this too. That kind of shocked me is you just doesn't seem that this way when you're looking at the map. When I've talked about this a lot on my lives. When you look at the northern part of the Philippines to the southern part, it's the similar distance from Detroit, Michigan to Daytona, Florida, right? And then it doesn't look like that. It always shocked me. It's a really long country. Now, granted, if you combine the landmass, I think it's all the size of Arkansas or Alabama or somebody said. I can't remember the hell. So there's not a lot of landmass, but it from north to south, it really covers a lot. So there's really some differences in the people and the environment and so on in those areas as you kind of travel around. So yeah, thanks, brother. I appreciate that, man. A friend recommended Calibo to move to. Have you ever been there before? I have not. Let's see what can find here. Let's see here. Just on my iPad here real quick while I look this up. K-A-L-I-B-O. Yeah, I don't know. Okay. Yeah, near Rojas. Looks like northwest of Rojas. Yeah, we can pull this up over here too. Now that I've kind of looked, let's. I've not even heard of it. So, but let's look it up. Yeah, right here. I think that's what the city you're talking about. Sure, looks great. Yeah, 80,000 people. So this is a good little town, a good little size. Am I sharing this? Yeah, this is a good little size town. Yeah, let's share this tab instead. Yeah, so it can be a little bit challenging in this small. So I wouldn't recommend this size of town for kind of the new guy to the Philippines, just because it can create some challenges. Grocery stores, there probably isn't immigration there. But yeah, no, this looks great, man. Looks great. Looks like a good little area. It's got an airport, so you should be able to kind of fly in and out of there. I have not been. I haven't heard of it, but it looks great. Looks beautiful. You got some mountains off to the other coast there. So yeah, and you're not far from is that Boracay? That's at the northern part up there that you can go to. Yeah. Boracay is up there, right? So if you wanted a little more touristy stuff, you could hop up. Yeah, I haven't been. Looks good though. And that's the thing. There are so many of those little towns like that. Just so many of them. Just amazing what you can go, what you can see, what you can experience. You can spend a whole lifetime just traveling around this dang country, seeing these little towns, spend a year or two here and there. And it's kind of what I'm doing. Spend a year or two in Cebu, spent a year or so in Leyte. Now I'm here in Mindanao. So I don't know what's next. VPN hotline AI. I need information between VPN or SD-WAN networks. This the virtual private networks hotline. Information between VPN or SD-WAN networks. My gosh, Jeff. What's up, brother? How's it going, man? Oh my gosh. YouTube inscribe me, but got your back. Awesome. Hope you're doing great. Yeah, Bruce, you're doing good here, brother. Doing good, man. I hope you guys are good there. Well, I hope everyone had a good Turkey Day, whoever's in the West, and just being thankful. And yeah, I think in that spirit, I am. I'm still very grateful and thankful for life here in this country, life in the Philippines. Admittedly, it's slowed down quite a bit since I've moved to Butuan. I've gotten in a house. I've gotten in a place that I enjoy to be in. So I spend time at home a lot more now. I'll go outside and pull weeds in the grass, and the neighbors are like, this guy's in his grass every day, So yeah, mow grass probably 3 times a week and pull weeds. And I was telling my neighbor guy, he's like, your grass looks so good. I was like, dude, that's all I do. I don't have a job, and I take care of my yard, take care of the house. He goes, because these guys it's a working class neighborhood, so all of our neighbors are working. They're professionals. So yeah, it's just kind of funny. It's just kind of fun. But anyways, man, good here. Yeah, good, doing well, man. Hope all is well. The storm should be in the 4th or 5th. Looks like a fair amount of rain. Yeah, we're kind of tracking that too, right around the same time frame. There's a big festival. One of the things we're excited about in Palampon, there's going to be a big festival on, I think, Monday or Tuesday, which is pulling up my calendar here. Tuesday the 2nd. But I think you're right. I think 4th or 5th. It's not looking like an actual low pressure system yet, but I can see some circulation going on there. When I was looking at it last night, it looked like it was starting to, let's just see here, starting to kind of, as of, what was it, Sunday or so, get a little spinny. Yeah, still just kind of checking it out on my other screen here. Yeah, it still doesn't look like much going on. So we'll see. Definitely something to keep an eye on, though, for sure. Hey, brother, I have a question for you, if you don't mind. Do you still work while I'm here? I don't. I retired at 52. I was an IT professional for, I don't know, since the late 90s when I moved to Colorado. And then I retired early. And that was, I sold all my stuff and just, sold it all and moved here with the idea of, I need enough cash to get me to 59 and a half. And then once 59 and a half, I could hit my 401k. So, but I don't I don't work. I just kind of I travel. I travel and that kind of deal. But yeah, I just travel around and do stuff. But no, I'm not working. How did I prepare to make the move there? Well, the first thing I did is I did a scouting trip. I came out and what was that, August 2022, I think? Shit, I can't remember. Years kind of get all jumbled up. But yeah, I came out here in August and I spent a couple weeks out here. That was my scouting trip. And, you know, every day I was here, I was walking around. I was like, I asked myself this question: could I move here? And it was great. And at the time, I didn't really, I wasn't planning on it. Then I got back right after Labor Day and got back into work. And I'm like, I just can't do it anymore. I can't. And it was end of October, early 1st of November of that. So whatever, month and a half later, that I was just like, you know what, I'm done. And I started running numbers. I started looking at the math and I was like, you know what, I could make it. I can do it. It's going to be close, but I could be done now. And so that's what I did. I sold everything. I shot a whole video on this. You guys should check it out. I got really lucky with the stock markets in the pandemic, honestly, in my divorce. So there were some things that kind of lined up financially that allowed me to do it. But yeah, check out that video. I can't remember what I called it. But yeah, there's a video not too long ago. It's not a very long video. It's like 6 minutes, how I retired at 52 and moved to the Philippines. So yeah, I kind of dive into that, how that all played out. But, you know, I think if you're looking to come here, for sure do a scouting trip, for sure come. This isn't for everybody. It really isn't. You know, you've got, there's some challenges to be here, but, you know, and a lot of that, I think, too, happens once you've been here for a while. The newness and all of it start to wear off. You forget about, you know, life in the West and how it was. For me, my life was just garbage in the United States. It really was. I did not have a good existence. So I remind myself of that. And that's kind of what keeps it rainbows and unicorns here. Plus, I'm that kind of person where I like to focus more on the positive than the negative. I've always been that way. So yeah, just kind of preparing yourself, having the right mindset, come checking it out. Make sure that you're good and in a lot of different situations that you can adapt easily. You know, we shot that video last night about being able to adapt is probably one of the most important traits that you could have coming here, as well as being respectful. But but you know, come out, you know, run your numbers financially, make sure you're good there, and then, you know, and then make sure you come out and then do it. Spend a couple weeks easily, and 2 weeks minimum. I know most of us have 2-week vacations, but do 2 weeks minimum, just because it takes you a week to kind of really adjust to the time. So come out, check it out, and try when you're here. Don't do the tourist stuff. Just come out and just plant and be. You know, Cebu is just stupid simple to start. I wouldn't want to live there full time, but come out, Cebu. You can stay. You can go move to the Miscellaneous, right across the dang street from the Isle Mall. I stayed there for a full year, or maybe 2 years. Shit, I don't remember. No, I think it was just a year. But you know, so simple. You don't need a car there. You wouldn't want a car there. So starting off in those areas, make it really easy to come and just come to Cebu and hang out. When you're in Cebu, I shot a video on this too. You can go out to Bohol, so that way you could do some of that touristy stuff. But you could spend a week in Cebu and just kind of get a feel for it, and then hop over to Bohol and do some fun touristy stuff. Go to the beach, because the thing about Cebu is there really isn't a lot of good beaches unless you go out to Mactan. But you can hop on it easily. You can get on a ferry. You can go over to Bohol. You can hang out in Panglao. You can snorkel. You could do all the kind of fun touristy stuff. Go to butterflies and snakes and chocolate hills, and you know what I mean. So you could do all that, and you could find a girl, you know, to kind of travel with and that kind of deal. So all that's super easy. There's a lot of things about that too that you'd want to be careful of. But anyways, but yeah, man, that's the long of it. What's up, Williams? Hello, Chris. Are your plans for What are my plans for riding in 2026? Well, a lot, brother. We got Butuan, like I was saying, Butuan, Malai. Let's pull up that map. Yeah, man. I'm super stoked about the riding here. I mean, that's kind of why I moved here, is because of a lot of the riding. So this whole central region, Malai, Valencia, I just cannot wait to hop on and go down. It's going to be gorgeous. We'll probably spend a month or so. That might be something we do after this rainy season. So maybe, yeah, this summer. So summer here is March, April, May. So March, April, May, we might cruise out and do that. We might go out to Kamigan too. Although that's not a lot of riding. But yeah, as far as riding, we're going to do this whole Malai region. I'm itching to do, like I was sharing earlier, this East Coast again, outside the raining season. So yeah, you know what? Probably March, April, May, we'll do a big Mindanao loop. It'll be summertime. It'll be drier. And yeah, I think so. That's kind of what we got going on. And then, after that, I don't know, right? Maybe hit up Panay. I haven't been up there in Panay. I was talking to I want to go to Bohol. I want to ride Bohol. We've met some friends out there. Bohol, Panay. Lots of riding, brother. Lots of it coming up. Super stoked. Dude, what's up, Taco? What's up, brother? Mayan Buntag Circus. Just caught your latest video of the same. Why foreigners struggle? Great points. As a guy mistaken for an American, I always say, Palanga, listen. I'm trying. I hope you're good, man. Salamat kayo, brother. Salamat kayo. This guy's great, man. We've hung out quite a bit. Yeah, good for you, brother. Yeah, I hope you're good. Yeah. You remind me of a couple. I think about you a lot. I think about how you're doing, how you're adjusting. Hope all is good. Yeah, too funny. Yeah, good for you, man. Hey, Chris, first time chiming in from Canada. Yeah, I'm visiting for 3 weeks in February for the first time in plan. I'm going to Iloilo and Davao areas. Just curious, what didn't you like about Iloilo? Michael, it's interesting because when I came to the Philippines, I didn't hear really many people talk about this. But since then, I have heard several people talk about that. There's certain towns and areas and regions where people are friendlier than in others, right? Bacolod, Iloilo, both of those regions to me, people were not as friendly as they are like here, like in other parts of the Philippines. So that's kind of why I didn't like it. They also speak a little different dialect. So myself and Mary Rose speak, I don't speak Bisaya, but obviously she does, but I know a couple of words. So, I mean, I don't know, right? So there was the time I was there, I went out to Gamiris. Visited my buddy Scott, who moved out there. So he would be a good guy. I haven't talked to him recently, but to kind of talk about all of that, I think Iloilo and Bacolod, it's not like they're unfriendly, but I think they're just a little more reserved, a little more standoffish against foreigners, which, some of these cities, they really are, just because there's been not good foreigners who have been there either for whatever reason or another. Either they take advantage of the local or whatever, So, but yeah, I mean, great city, obviously incredible town to be in. Really cool malls. Cool town to bike in. They got bike paths everywhere. They got the river area. Gorgeous town. Yeah, great weather. You avoid a lot of the stuff that we talked about earlier with low pressure systems and typhoons. The housing, whatever, while it's, nothing compared to Canada and the West where we live, right? It's still, as far as the cheaper housing, you're going to have to dig a little bit. You're going to spend, some of on the up couple hundred. Let's see here. Hold on. Where's my calculator at? we're looking at whatever 30,000 pesos. Yeah, 500 or so. Easily you can spend 30,000, which is like 500 US a month for a place there versus crap, guys. I spend $200 a month for that's what my rent is for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home. So, and I think you could find that there. It's just going to take more digging. Iloilo, Cebu, and stuff like that. You're going to pay a lot more for housing. But yeah, I mean, it's okay. And granted, I was there, Michael, I was there for a long weekend. But it's interesting because I did not have like a really good vibe when I was there. And then I've just heard other people shared similarly where they were like, it's okay, but check it out for yourself. Not a bad town by no means. I'll be honest, where I really enjoyed recently that I was just at, I really loved Negros and Eastern Negros. Who the hell am I? Yeah, Eastern Negros, gorgeous. That little town where Corey and Rachel, right? What's that, Bias or whatever? How I'm not pronouncing it right. How do I pronounce that, babe? Anyways, this little town right here, freaking, I love that town, man. I absolutely loved that town. And what's that population? Yeah, so about the same that you're looking at, or somebody brought up earlier with that town up in northern Rojas or northwest of Rojas. I love this little town, man. Just an awesome vibe, an incredible vibe. People were out playing pickleball. They were playing freaking frisbee football in the parks. Locals were so friendly. They speak Visaya, right, babe? Yeah, we both, huh? Yeah, man. Freaking love that town. I absolutely loved it. And just, I had that whole experience in northeastern Negros. And the nice thing about that is you're close to Dumaguete. But yeah, whatever. Iloilo, would it be a town I would want to live in? No. Is it a town I want to go back and visit? For sure. Same with Bacolod. I would like to go back to Bacolod and check again. But the fact that they speak Ilongo there is kind of a negative for me. I want a town that speaks Bisaya just because I've spent some time. Well, whatever, man. I could get around it. But Bacolod's a big town, man. We were just there for the Mascara Festival, which we didn't have the best of experiences, but whatever, man. Whatever. I want to go back to check it out. I want to see Bacolod when it's not so freaking cranked up busy with a bunch of tourists and foreigners like myself that were there. I think it is Bacolod might be a good option too. Although you're right at the base of that damn volcano, right? That's the one thing I don't like about that region. Sick Granda sends his love. Oh yeah, I don't know. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, babe, I got it. That's fine. Yeah, I don't know. Hey, Chris, Jorge from South Florida. Enjoy your videos. I'm still happy all is going well with you and Mary Rose. She seems very sweet. What would be your ideal city to live in the Philippines? I don't know. What would be my ideal city? I'm still figuring that out, man. I'm still figuring that out. I don't know what that is. Right now, I like Butuan City. I like where I'm at. I'd like something a little more of a beach. But yeah, no, I'm still figuring that out, man. I don't know. Yeah, South Florida, nice, man. I spent some time in Tampa. Yeah. Yeah. Still figuring that out. But I do like this part of the Philippines. Just so much to see, so much to see, so much to go. Yeah. Looked like you were having flashbacks from your network jobs. Still no snow. You know what? That's interesting because I was talking. Oh yeah, my daughter was telling me that no snow really in Colorado either. Yeah, so it's been kind of a warmer winter, huh? So far. Yeah. I like my Chinese food. Been to any good Chinese restaurants lately? Yeah. Are there any good Chinese places in the Philippines? And has Mary Rose had Chinese food before? Might be funny to vlog for her. Come on over here, babe. She's sitting over in the next room. Grab a chair. She's coming. She's gonna answer your questions, Jeff, here in a minute. We'll come back. But there are, I want to say there probably isn't any Chinese food restaurants here that I'm aware of. But yeah, hold on. We'll come back, Jeff. We'll come back. Good morning, Chris. I'm heading to the Philippines next June with my family for summer vacation. Any recommendations on where to stay and visit in Visaya, Palawan? Okay, good. Yeah, let's talk about this, Rome. 1 second. Let me fix let's get Mary Rose set up here. Come on in, girl. Come on in. Huh?
It's cold.
Is it cold? It feels good. All right, that mic is on. Yep, that mic is on. What's up, babe? ¿Cómo está imo gabi?
I'm good. Just sore.
You're sore?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Your legs? Yeah, we've been in the gym pretty hard.
Crazy.
All right. I'm going to jump back to Rome here in a second. Now that Mary Rose is here, Mary Rose.
We tried Chinese and Japanese restaurant.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's so funny when we tried the Japanese. Remember, I asked you how to use the chopstick?
Oh, yeah.
I tried a couple times, but it's hard. So what I did is I just pick it up and dump it to my mouth. I just pick it with my hand, or sometimes I just use the stick.
You use the choppy sticky to stab it?
Yeah,
My God, yo.
We've tried that here in Robinson Japanese. NSM Japanese restaurant.
Yeah. But yeah, that's right. So we had that Japanese restaurant in or whatever in Robinson's there.
NSM.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the one in? Oh, that is an SM, isn't it? Right.
Yeah, SM.
Yeah.
We tried the sushi.
Yeah. Gosh, when I was in Japan, Jeff spent some time in Japan. But when I was in Japan, the seafood there, the sushi was amazing. My gosh, the sashimi, brother. We went to this one sushi place, whatever. They had these conveyor belt crap. Oh my gosh, you just order and then boom, seconds later. Japan was pretty amazing. Like I wouldn't want to live there, but man, it was freaking cool. I mean, maybe I could live there. It's just the people. Yeah, the people were good. They're just really shy and reserved, which I like. I'm that way too. I'll never forget. We were there for Formula One. Me and Taco Nomad. Shout out, thanks, brother. I'll never forget this. We were there for the Formula One race, but Taco was on. Yeah. Anyways, we were there for the Formula One race. We get out of this race. We're standing in line for the train, and there's thousands of people there, right? Thousands of people, and you could hear the birds chirp. People are so quiet. The only thing that you can hear, the only other people that you could hear are other Westerners, the other loud and obnoxious people. But the Japanese people are super quiet. They don't use their phones on the trains. They don't. You will never see anyone with talking on the phone. It's wild, man. It's wild. They're super quiet. I'll dig it. Yeah, But yeah, yes, we need to do a video with her doing chopsticks.
Just use my hand.
Yeah. Filipinos use their hands a lot to eat. They use their hands a lot. They'll pick up the rice.
It's tasty with the hand.
It's tasty with the hands.
It's more delicious.
Oh, the food tastes better when you eat it with your hands versus a fork.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that. Is it because if you don't wash your hands before you eat, you get a little bit of whatever the flavor on your hand is?
No, we wash our hands. We wash our hands twice before we eat.
Oh, you wash them twice. Not thrice, but twice. Too funny. Okay. I'm heading to the Philippines next June with my family for summer vacations. Any recommendations to stay and visit the Visayas? Well, Rome, if you honestly, kind of what I described earlier would be a good fit. You can go to Cebu, you can get adapted, you can fly into Cebu and chill out, spend a couple days there getting adjusted to the time zone. And then easily, you could hop over to Bohol and you could do fun touristy stuff with the family. Bohol is kid friendly. Go out to Palawan. You can do the beach stuff. You can do freaking butterflies, snakes, zip lines, beach, the snorkel. I mean, it's just all there. Beautiful, perfect family vacation kind of getaway. I would highly recommend that right there, Rome. Yeah, highly recommend it. But you could, but then if you wanted to, you can hop over to Palawan too. You can hop on a flight and do that. It just depends on how much time you have. But if you were just doing a couple weeks, I would fly into Cebu, spend a couple days there adjusting, and then hop over to Bohol. And then, dude, you could spend a full week in Bohol and be good. And then, yeah, it just depends on the time, how much time you had. But yeah, good for you, brother. That sounds like a good time. Good day, Chris. How's things? Landing back in Negros. Oh, nice, Troy. Yeah. Good. Yeah, good for you. We were up in your neighborhood, what, a month or so ago?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's from down Salvador area.
Yeah. I remember him messaging you to meet, but we already left Bacolod.
Yeah. We were in Bacolod there for a little bit. Mm-hmm. Hey, Carefree Chris, how are you? I've just come across your live stream. I'm just wondering what your channel is all about. Hey, Paul. Yeah, so I moved to the Philippines about 3 years ago, and my channel is really just kind of about life in the Philippines. I travel around. I've got motorcycles, and Mary Rose and I now travel around. We've been dating a couple of years and going on a couple of years, and we just travel around this country. So I would say the channel is about everyday life in the Philippines, what it's like to live here, explore here, date here, eat here, bank here, all that stuff. Just kind of life in the Philippines, just everyday life kind of channel, Paul. Yeah, thanks, man. Thanks for stopping by the live stream. Are you near the flooding area? Could you interview any people that lived through that? Yeah, Rory. I mean, so Butuan City is known for flooding. Let's pull it up on the map. Let's see, here we are. Butuan City. It's known for flooding, and it does flood, especially around the river. Yeah. And there's some areas around SM here in Gasano that are particularly bad too, right?
Yeah, because of their drainage.
Yeah, they got some drainage issues.
But they're really prone to flooding here is the Barangay Ampayon, Butuan. So near at the river. Last time when it's raining all day,
yes,
they experienced that.
Yeah. So the fact that it's by this river here, there is some flooding in through here, but kind of where we're at, we're on what do you call the western part of town. We don't really get flooding out where we're at. But yes, the Butuan City does get some flooding in that particular region. But the Philippines in general is, very much used to moisture. It's used to rain. It's used to, it's like a freaking sponge. It just kind of sucks it all up. But yeah. No, I could interview some people. The flooding stuff. Yeah, potentially, sure. Oto. Yes, Balayan is a town. Batangas is the province. Got it. Batangas is the capital city of Batangas is capital city of Batangas province. Got it. Like Cebu and Cebu province. Understand, brother? Yep, that makes sense. Oto. You did the sushi train too. Yes, we were accidentally ate horse. Is that the door? Can you check the door, babe? I'll take your mic. Yeah. I think someone's at our door. I think it's the painters because we missed them yesterday. We had sorry. We actually had some new construction home, and with the rain, we had two systems that came through. And they had dumped some water, or, just a bunch of water, right? That came through. And so we had a couple of wet spots on the ceiling. So they repaired the roof, and then I think they're coming by to paint it. So yeah. You did it. Yes. Yeah, I did the sushi train. Yeah, chopsticks are a little bit of a challenge. She must have went outside. She'll be back in a minute. She'll be back in a minute. Yes. What's up, James? How's it going, brother? ¿Cómo está? Hope all is good there for you. It's getting real. Picked up your riding gear today on Black Friday. Good for you, man. Thinking to start on a 390 Duke. Yes. To get restarted after far too many years off. Oh, good for you, man. Yeah, good for you. I think, did you do the rider training course? Yeah, good for you. Yeah, 390 Duke's a great little bike, man. Good little bike. That new Honda Hornet, though, ooh, man, love that little bike. You know, whatever, it's a 790, but just depends on what you're looking to ride. If you're looking to do street stuff, you know, kind of around, oh my gosh, that looks like a really good bike. 390 Duke's good for sure. It's just that you might in the States, 390 Duke is good here. Well, you just don't have a lot of shops to fix stuff, but a 390 in the US might be a little bit underpowered for like interstates and stuff. But yeah, good for you, man. Good for you. I'm excited for you getting on the bike again and riding. That'll be cool. 7 inches of new snow yesterday, and a 30-degree Fahrenheit cold in Cleveland, Ohio. Oh man, you guys got that's a lot of snow. Lake effect snow, of course, right? But that's some snow for sure. Let's see what we got here. I'll jump to my notes, kind of go over some frequently asked stuff, the house, yeah, some motorcycling. Yeah, we could talk about bikes and stuff since James brought up the bikes. You know, there's a couple of new bikes that are out here now. The Honda KLE 500 just came, or the Kawasaki KLE 500 that came out. Really stoked about that. That should be a decent bike for the Philippines. There is a Royal Enfield shop here now on Butuan that's just kind of opening up. Royal Enfield's got several bikes, you know, that are pretty good. They got that new 450 Gorilla. They've expanded out to I think the 650 platform. There's a lot of new bikes with EICMA that was early November, a couple of weeks back. There's a lot of new bikes out that are coming out now. So I'm super stoked about that. The BMW, the 450 GS, that looks really, really, really good. That bike has my eye. That bike has my eye. I would love to have that bike. Yeah, that looks like a really good all-around bike. Yami Noob talked about how there's a comeback of kind of these mid-small displacement sport touring bikes, like the Triumph Tiger 800, or not Tiger 800, but the Triumph Sport 800, I think it was called. So there's these sport touring, these 800cc and around that's coming out. So that'll be great, man. I'm super stoked about that. Suzuki, did the 750? They redid that. Of course, you got the Hornet that we talked about earlier, the Honda Hornet. A lot of lower displacement bikes that are coming out now, and super stoked about all that. What was that about, babe?
It's Ferdinand.
Oh, did you talk to him?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
A Fletch.
Huh?
Fletch. Clean the trash.
Ferdinand or Fletch?
They're both.
Oh, they're both out there? Oh, okay, yeah, cool. Yeah, we had a couple people stop by. Yeah. Yeah, man. So cold and snowy in Cleveland. Well, it sounds like it's coming together out there, huh? Yeah, my daughter was saying they didn't have much snow, the Denver area. Yeah. My butt. Whoops. Oh, yeah. Oh, man, I had the other day, a bush here in Western Australia on my 300 rally. Yeah, nice bike, dude. Nice bike. Yep. Yeah. I know it. I love it. I like the CRF 300 rally. Just the suspension's a little bit off. The Kawasaki's got that. I think what's it, KLE or KLX 300, which has my eye. It does. I would love to have a little dual sport out here. That is a great bike for here. Really is. Yeah, I'd love to have that little Kawasaki KLX 300. I think that'll be, or the CRF 300 Rally, the 2026 model is, they did adjust some of the suspension issues on the bike. Yeah, phenomenal machine. And it's, you know, as a guy who's whatever, 200 pounds and that rear shock just won't be any good for me. I think it's more sprung for someone who's $150 and not, you know, over 2. Cheers, Chris. I'll check out a few more of your videos. Yeah, man. Yeah, no worries, Paul. No worries, Paul. I'm planning to come to the Philippines early next year. All right, good. So I'm watching a lot of you guys for inspiration and ideas right now. Well, yeah, no problem, man. Yeah, check it out. Yeah, I mean, if I just kind of look back at the last 3 years and the mistakes, you know, whatever, man, it's all been learning experience and you know, kind of whatever, but I do still love it out here, man. I really do. I love being out here. I love what I get to do, who I get to be. You know, for the most part, people are friendly and respectful and curious. And when's the last time we've said that about our interactions with other people, right? You know, they just are. They're curious about us foreigners for the most part, and they treat us with respect and kindness. They do that with others, but they do so more so with foreigners, and it's just beautiful to be out here and to be around that. I do love it. I do love it. We got great neighbors here, and you know, kids playing in the streets, and you know, we don't worry about gun violence at all. We don't, you know, we got security stuff like that. We got cameras and bars and things like that, but we don't really worry about violence kind of stuff out here. It just doesn't happen. The violence that does happen that's like that is political. There's that kind of, it does happen out here, but it's almost always political. You don't have people walking into malls and schools and restaurants and whatever, shooting people up. You don't have that here. You know, so you got friendly community driven people, and I just absolutely love it and highly recommend it. And yeah, Paul, anything I could do to help out. You know, when I was in your shoes looking to come out here, this is what was key. Live streams, because I could ask questions, and it's just hard to do in a comment section, right? To ask those type of questions and get reply back, because you're one of maybe 100 or 1,000 people who've commented. But these live streams, if you can get your questions in, get answers, these are super helpful for people coming out here. At least it was for me. So I enjoyed it and happy to do them and help people out however I can, kind of doing that. And that was who I was professionally. I was an IT professional for 15, 20 years, and it was all in the support side. So always having conversations around how to help people in the areas of technology. So yeah, man. Yeah, happy to help out. I think I skipped you over, James. Sorry about that, brother. Ride training is next. The 390 will work for the boy too. Yeah. I'm my eye set on the adventure and the dual sport ride. Yeah. Good for you, James. Yeah, great bikes. Yeah, phenomenal. Yeah, really, really fun. 390 Duke is a great machine. I had the 790 Duke. Love that bike. It's by far one of my favorite, probably the most favorite bike I've had. Super comfortable. I could ride all day on that bike. I could easily. I would go into work. I worked in Boulder, Colorado. I would go into work at like 6, 7 in the morning. I'd get off at like 3 in the afternoon. And in the summer, I would ride up in the mountains, because Boulder sits right at the base of the freaking Rockies. And I would ride up the Lions and ride all the way through back around. I'd ride to like 9 at night. So I'd ride like 6 hours on that bike and not be tired at all, man. So yeah, I'm a big fan of KTM, big fan of the Duke. Love that bike. You know, the thing about riding that it's a lot like shoes, and I've talked about this. You really want to wear the right shoe for what you're doing, right? If you're going to a wedding, if you're running a 5K, if you're going hiking, you know, you want to wear the right shoe. And you know, hiking in a pair of freaking cowboy boots is an absolute nightmare, but riding a horse with a pair of cowboy boots works. And motorcycles are very, very much like that. And unfortunately, like shoes, we can kind of get taken aback by the look of a bike or by the feel of a bike, and not be on the right bike. And that takes a lot of experience and a lot of kind of thought about what you're going to be doing. Because you can be on the wrong bike and have not a good time, you know. And the other challenge with that is you don't often get the opportunity to ride bikes or test drive them like you would a car. You just have to kind of go buy them and then see it for yourself if you like it or not. So yeah, just that's why bike reviews and all that are super popular, because you can kind of use that as a tool to see if this is a good bike for you. But that's my only thing about someone getting new into motorcycling or back into it like yourself is just, man, finding that right shoe is just hard, man. It's really hard. I feel like, you know, I'm still working on that. Like, what's the right shoe for the Philippines? I mean, I'm actually working on what's the right shoe for the Philippines. I think I've got some Keens that are really good. Some of you guys watched me slip and fall and bust my ass at that waterfall. But I'm also looking for a right shoe for this country. And anyways, guys, I know it kind of went off the deep end there, but that's a lot of the riding is trying to find something that works, you know, trying to find that right dynamic. But yeah, good luck. Good for you, brother. Welcome back to riding. I love it. I absolutely love riding. Yeah, I absolutely love it. The NX500 that I have is a good bike. I do enjoy it, but it's not comfortable for me. I can't do all day in the saddle on that bike. I can, and maybe it's the age, as I just turned 55. But yeah, I struggle with that bike a little bit, riding longer days. So kind of the good news about that though is, you know, the islands are small and, you know, you can't ride 6 hours without running out of land. You know, you can ride maybe an hour or so. But for the most part, Mindanao is pretty big, but the other islands are so small that, you know, you ride an hour and a half and, you know, you pretty much rode around the whole island. So anyways, yeah, good stuff, man. Good stuff. Cheers, Chris. Check out a few more. Yeah, right. Yeah, no worries. CRF300 Rally is option for my second bike. CF Moto 450 is getting a lot of here in Oregon. Yeah, man. My buddy who just came by, and he was in my Patreon video briefly. He has a 450 MT. Great bike. Yeah, he loves it. He loves it. Yeah, no, it's a good bike. I just, as I'm getting older and riding around this country, I'm actually more interested in lighter and lighter bikes. I love the little freaking scooter, man. That Honda ADV 160, love that bike. Some of the things I don't like about it though is the suspension. It has one of the better suspensions of any scooter, but it still is lacking compared to like a motorcycle. But for everyday travel around the Philippines, groceries, and hopping around town and doing all that stuff, that's the bike we take 99% of the time. It's just super flickable. It's light. It's easy. You got tons of storage. But yeah, these lighter bikes, the dual sports and stuff like that, really have my eye. I would like to get a good dual sport in, you know, maybe that BMW 450 GS, man. If I could rig that with some luggage on there, that might be freaking phenomenal. That might be like the perfect machine. I'm really stoked about that bike. I can't wait to see more on it. I look shiny and handsome. Salamat, Dave. Hope you're good there, brother. From Indonesia, brother. This guy is all over the place, man. Good for you, man. Good for you. Yeah, good. Yeah, good for you, man. Good for you. Hope all is well. Hope all is well in, what he is, Surabaya, Indonesia. Yeah, suspension needs upgrades. It does. Yeah, I'm too heavy for that. Like I said, 220 pounds, 100 kilos. That thing is sprung for a guy who's 150, for little Japanese dude. Yeah, I was going over 60 miles an hour in Thailand on a little 125 scooter. The roads are so good. Yeah. Yeah, the roads are better there. That's why an ADV bike or a dual sport is good for here, because you've got something with this better suspension. Now, most things are paved, or you'll get washed out section of the roads here, but you know, my NX500, which is a street bike, it really is. It's a street. It does fine here. It does fine. Yeah, it's a good little bike. When are you going for your 3-year exit for your tour visa? Yeah, heading back to the States for a few. So Jeff, I just got back from the States. I was there in what? When was I held there? May, June? My daughter's high school graduation, right? So yeah, I got back here June 1st. So I'm good for another 3 years. Now, if I might go out, I might step out and see some other parts here. I'm gonna turn that off there. Freaking air cons, man. This freaking carrier unit. These things are the bomb, dude. This thing kicks ass. But anyways, so yeah, I'm good for another 3 years. I might bounce out, maybe go to Cambodia, Thailand, Vietnam, something like that at some point. I don't really have any plan to do that, but maybe bounce out and get away and do something. But I'm good for a while here again. Good for another 3 years if I wanted. But we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, yes. Yeah. I thought you were a taco nomad there, but yes, for sure. Live streams are so helpful. They were for me, super helpful for me. Got here and like I said, you can ask questions. You can, something that you're thinking about, something that you want to know about. You can ask people who are living here and figure it out. Shout out to Gio. Gio is who I was using at the time. Before I moved out, I would hop on his live streams. I would ask him questions, and he was, super helpful. And he was doing I think once a week or so. I think my schedule on my live streams are going to be every 2 weeks, and this time slot. I'll do Saturday mornings, my time, Friday evening, your guys' time. What's up, babe? What's up?
Nothing. I was just cleaning up the trash.
Oh, okay, yeah. Thanks, babe. You want to sit back down?
No.
No, you're busy.
No, I'm just right around. It's fine.
What's everyone up? What's Fletch and those guys up to?
I'm just walking.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
He was like, I will enter a person in the life.
Yeah. He was messaging me. I saw. That's good. Yeah, so we had trash out. We had some dogs getting in our trash last night. So thanks for picking that up.
Yeah.
Cool. They'll probably come today, the trash people.
Yeah. And then also the ceilings, Fletch says that the ceiling will come by to their house and
okay.
probably come by to our house.
Okay, great. If they do come by and I'm still on the live stream, we'll just shut the door.
Yeah.
Thanks, babe. Yeah. Salamat kayo. Yeah. Live streams were super, super helpful. Oh, yeah. Every 2 weeks, so Saturday, this time slot, what I'll do is I will post them in the community on so if you subscribe to my channel, I will post in the YouTube community, which will give you a notification of when that is. So, and then I'll post it out. So it's on my channel, like I think 24 hours or the night before. So yeah, just stay tuned for that. You'll see them come up. Yeah, I know 500cc is the way to go, but I'm still thinking about the 780V to tour around for up to 2. CF Moto has 1,000. Yep, MTX. Checks a lot of boxes at lower price. Yeah, I hear you, brother. And it just depends on where you're at. It depends, like we're talking about. Philippines is a big country. There's certain areas where a bigger leader bike will be just fine. In Luzon, for sure, they've got interstates, they've got highways, things like that. It's more of your Western type of riding up there. Here in Mindanao and Cebu and the other part of the country, though, a smaller bike is the way to go. Yeah, 780V, sure, why not? It's just the price of that bike is kind of high, where you're kind of there might be better options, but yeah, man. Honestly, the ADV 160, I'm 200 pounds. Mary Rose is 100. The ADV 160 is fine for the 300 pounds. She's tiny though, right? But anyways. It's nice around town. Having a big freaking bulky bike to go around town, trying to park it, trying to get over crap. I'm just 55. I want something light, man. I want something easy. I want something I can freaking spin around on a kickstand. I could pick up if I want to. I could pick up that freaking ADV and move it. Almost, right? I mean, So that's what I want. Something light, something super easy that I can manipulate. A freaking 1,000-liter bike where you don't ever really, I don't ever really hardly ever get above 50 miles an hour. Hardly ever. You know, so having a bike that can do 120 is pointless. You know, is pointless. Now, like I said too, that just depends on where you're at. But so, you know, but yeah, man, you figure it out when you get out and have a couple bikes. Have a couple bikes. I like having both bikes. I like having the NX. Admittedly, though, I can see getting rid of the NX at some point, or you know, just like I said, that GS looks freaking phenomenal. 450 GS. I like that bike. I hope YouTube starts paying out. I'll buy that bike. Or maybe BMW wants the Carefree Chris sponsor and send me a bike. K-Leaf, I think K-Leaf or KLX, the Kawasaki 500 bike looks great too. The Honda, the Dual Sport, the 300 Rally, the KLX 300. I would love to have the Suzuki's got the V-Strom, the small little V-Stroms. Yeah, there's some good little bikes, man. I believe this 400cc segment though, man, is gonna be the freaking sweet spot. It's gonna be the sweet spot. The 300s are maybe a little bit too underpowered. The 500s are good. The 400s, maybe they can get lighter, right? Lighter, and the 400s might be the sweet spot, man. Super stoked. What's up, Goya? Hope you and yours are great. Thanksgiving. Yes, I was wondering if there are any white sand beaches and turquoise water near Butuan. Is Shirgano the closest? No, there's a couple of areas. I don't know if we shot out there. I might have shot that. So that testosterone video that I shot where I tripled my testosterone, that was shot in a beach area. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, this is like 45 minutes away. It's okay, actually. The first time we went out there, the water was super clear, man. You were up to your chest and you could see your toes. The last couple of times we went out, though, it wasn't nearly as clear. So I do like this little place, honestly. Yeah, whatever you call Butuan Beach Resort. It's like 45 minutes away. It's not very far. Yeah, super close from Butuan. Another place, though, that I know people like to go to was on this coast. I think there was a sandbar. Yeah, there's some places around here that were pretty good. Is that here? Yeah, there's some places around, man, depending on where you're at, where you want to go. There's no pictures there, but I think this is only well, that isn't the way to go there. There's actually a better way through the mountains. Oh, you know what? I bet you it was down here. Yeah, let's look down here. Am I showing this on the map? Yeah, I am. Okay, good. Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, there's a bunch of little resorts down in here that you can go to. Let's just directions. Yeah, a couple hours away. So this is another good spot to go. That first spot I showed you, though, was like 45 minutes. But this little area here, there's a bunch of spots all kind of down through here. There's an enchanted river too that's down that I didn't go to that I kind of want to go check out. So yeah, Eastern Mindanao looks great. I'm excited to kind of explore more of that as well. Get out and see some of that. But yeah, no, there's some places around here, Kev, for sure. Joey's house in Balaban got flooded. Yeah, nearly a meter of water. No one living there since we were trying to sell it. So minimal damage. Yeah, we just got 3 inches of mud clear out. Oh my gosh. That was a big old storm that ripped through. It was. Yeah. Yeah, it's too bad. I hope Christine's okay there. Yeah, I had some friends there and yeah, I need to reach out. I bet you. So the problem with that kind of deal is when that storm rips through, they'll be out of power for a month or two, you know. I remember that when Odette ripped through, they didn't have power for or no internet for like 3 months, no power for a month. But they're just used to it. But yeah, oh man, yeah, I'm glad everyone's okay there though. Hope the house comes back. Had a cheap Italian moped as a kid. Yeah, cheap Italian moped as a kid. Yep, it was a great. Yeah, absolutely, man. Yeah, mopeds, scooters, for sure, a way to go around most of the country. Talking about being on the wrong bike. Yeah, I did 132 miles in the early 80s on a Yamaha XS 400. Yeah. No windshield, just leaning hard in. Yeah, oh my gosh. Oh, yeah. Yeah, no fun. But it is one of those things you just don't think about. But it's very much like shoes, man. Very much like shoes. And you get hooked up on a look of a bike because you think like a car. It's like, whatever. I can have an SUV. I can have a car. I could have whatever. It doesn't matter. But bikes are a little more specialized. And you get the wrong bike on the wrong road, you're setting yourself up for not a good time, and you'll hate riding, right? You'll hate riding. But at least, yeah, too funny, brother. These days you can get a nice e-bike, yeah, for a little more than an old moped. Yeah, isn't that interesting? E-bikes. And some of these dang e-bikes though are more expensive than motorcycles. I mean, the Honda CRF Rally is what, 310,000 pesos. Let's take a look at that. Where's my calculator? I think it's 310. Yeah, so $5,000 for a 300cc dual sport. I mean, some of these e-bikes are more expensive than that. Matter of fact, probably a lot of them are. That's the part that always kind of shocked me about some of these e-bikes is, heck, just go buy a dual sport. But yeah, anyways. Okay, did he put a vid? I don't watch. Yeah, I don't watch the channel, man. I don't really watch. So since moving here, I don't really watch a lot of other channels. Now I'll check in on, like I was just checking in on Gio, see what he's up to, how's things going up in Thailand. But that's about it, man. I don't really. Who else have I seen? You know, there's the girl up in Manila, I think she is. What's her name? Rebuti or something like that. I've seen a couple of her videos. She just recently did a video on the Clark area, which I thought was really great and interesting. But that's about it, guys. I really don't watch other channels at all, especially if they're into drama content. I just don't want to. I don't want to support that garbage, right? I just don't want to. You know, these guys that are, you know, up to no good or have bad intentions toward locals or people, or, you know, putting out dating content constantly and portraying the Philippines in a bad way. I don't watch those guys. I'm uninterested. You know, I moved to the Philippines to escape a lot of that culture, right? The last thing I would do is move over here and kind of keep participating in that, right? That's just ridiculous. So I don't pay attention to people like that. So yeah, whatever, man. I wish people well. I don't have any hard feelings or any animosity towards people like that. I'm just like, yeah, you know, I'm gonna go pull weeds. I want to live a little simple, boring life. Grow flowers, guys. I just started my compost pit. I got my Carefree Chris compost pit. I am so stoked about this. Mary Rose is laughing at me. I got my grass clippings in there. I got my banana peels. I got my coffee grounds. That's my life now. That's my life. You know, all this drama crap. I'm just like, you know, I'm just uninterested. I'm 55. I'm not 15, right? You know, I'm done with that part of my life. And yeah, whatever, man. Whatever. You know, wish people the best, but yeah. Oh, some people will create channels and content just solely that, right? They'll do whatever. They'll go after people and that kind of deal. But I'm uninterested. I'll stick to my composting, my traveling around. That's what that's what I focus on. I was going over 100 miles per hour on my little 100cc wheelchair because the roads are so good on the expressway with no dogs. Yeah. Where you're at, you've got highways and interstates. I don't have any of that kind of stuff where I'm at, but I don't mind the riding here. I don't. I've actually really enjoy it, but I've slowed down a lot, guys. I don't go. I think I hit 60 kilometers per hour. I don't even know what the hell that is, miles per hour. But 60 kilometers per hour is pretty much the max that I ride. Most of the time I'm around 30 or 40 kilometers per hour, whatever that converts out to. I apologize, guys. I did switch over just because the way my maps and stuff worked, it was all kilometers. So it was, I've switched over to that, but I still do Fahrenheit just because my watch gives me in Fahrenheit. And then, although my AC and stuff is Celsius, and I've gradually switched over to pounds and kilograms, but anyways, but yeah, some of the roads you can drive like that, but that's just in that one particular region. The rest of the Philippines is pretty slow riding overall. Yeah, brother. What's up, man? Good morning from Tacloban City. Yeah, my Buntag, brother. Hope you're good up there. Tacloban City. Yeah, not bad. We're just talking about your area up there. Hope you stay safe and some of these storms that can, hit. So yeah, Gio's in Thailand now, renting a condo in Bangkok. Yeah, man. No, I'm, like I said, he's a guy that I'll check in on every now and then. I'll just browse out to his channel and see what's going on. Admittedly, I haven't watched, I did watch a video this morning about, he did it a while ago. I think it something to do with making money on YouTube and how you don't want to have YouTube as a way to make money. And I was just like, thank gosh somebody's talking about that. I've brought it up before on my live streams, just how it's not profitable. It can be for people, but it certainly ain't for me. And for the majority of people, it won't be. And he shared about how it took him years to make his channel where it was profitable. And so admittedly, I did watch that video this morning, but for the most part, I just don't. I'm living it. I'm here. Why would I watch another guy's channel about whatever he's up to? Plus, a lot of the guy's channel it's the dating. It's a focus on dating, and I'm just not interested, right? If there's other channels that are out there that are doing different things, sure, yeah. But yeah, man, good for him. I wish him well for sure. Hope he's doing good out there. One question I have is regarding bikes. I do like some bike touring, but I don't actually have a motorbike license. Do you think I'd have an issue with police, or do they tend to leave you alone? That's a great question, Paul. So here's what I would say to that. Yes, they will tend to leave you alone. However, I would go ahead and get your motorcycle endorsement there in the United States, wherever you're at. If you're in the US, it is super easy to do. You just go do a weekend course. They're going to train you. You'll actually get motorcycle training. You'll have some skill in motorcycling after that class. And then you will get you'll take your written and your driving exam right there. You'll get your motorcycle license there. Well, you'll get the endorsement, and then you go to the DMV and you'll get your license. I would go that path. And then when you get here, if you're looking to live here, then what you could do is you could take your driver's license with your motorcycle endorsement, and you could just transfer that to a Philippines driver's license with a motorcycle endorsement. That's how I would do it. But to your point, are they going to freak out that you don't have a Philippines driver's license? Maybe, maybe not. You might have issues like in Cebu. You might, but in like where I live in BFE, maybe not. They might not give you an issue. I would, to play it safe, and in many reasons, I would go ahead and get your motorcycle endorsement there. And then when you get here, you just transfer it over. And then when you transfer it over, I would avoid honestly doing it in Cebu. I did it, and it was just kind of a pain in the butt. And then when we were out in BFE Leyte, over where Mary Rose lives, it was so easy to kind of get stuff done there. Anyways, that's how I would do it. Yes, get your endorsement there in the United States, because you'll actually learn something too, especially a good motorcycle training course. They're going to teach you how to ride. And then you'll catch the bug. You'll catch the bug. It's fun. I love it, man. I love it. I'm so glad I ride, man. I absolutely love riding, especially in this country. Oh, yeah, dude, I don't know, brother. Just like I said, I'm uninterested. It's not like I'm avoiding it. I don't participate in that kind of garbage, man. I'm uninterested, right? I'm interested in my compost pet. What other vloggers are doing, that kind of stuff. I don't, that's not the type of channel that I do. I'm not a drama channel. I'm not into chismes or gossip or any of that crap, man. I'm uninterested. That's why I don't necessarily dive into it. And also too, I'm just completely ignorant of what people are talking about and saying about me. I don't really care. You know, here's the thing about me. I worked in the service industry for 50 something years, practically my whole life. I delivered papers as a kid. You know, I learned really quick that you're not going to make everybody happy. You're not going to. I don't, this channel, I'm not trying to make people happy. Not everybody. I'm trying to help people out if they want it or need it. But if they don't, that's theirs, right? I don't really give a lot of sense or thought about everybody, right? And some people, just isn't going to work for. This content isn't what they want. Me isn't what they want, right? It's just, that's how life works. And thankfully, there are thousands of channels out there that people can watch that they can get a good fit for, you know? So if I'm not their fit, then they can go find somebody else who is, right? That's just how life works. But I can't make everybody happy. There's people who are going to hate me. There's people who are going to despise me. There's people who are going to do all of that. And that's just part of living in this modern world that we live in, right? But I don't know, man. I don't put any energy in it just because that's what they want. That's what they want. That's what they're designed to do, which is a horrible existence. I could not imagine that being my life, right? I mean, yuck, absolutely disgusting for me, you know, but whatever, man, teach their own. They do their deal. But I just don't put any thought in it, right? It's just not the channel that I do. And, you know, there's a bunch of channels out there. There's cooking channels. There's whatever. There's channels on pressure washing driveways. There's channels on scrubbing carpets. Have you guys seen the channels that scrub carpets? There's pimple popping. Have you seen the pimple popping videos? Whatever, man. Teach their own. People are going to put content out. People are, you know, and you put yourself out there on this channel, and I do. You know, people are going to talk about me. They're going to say whatever, and whatever, man. I can't control what other people say about me and their subjective view. But I also know that it's subjective, right? I think the world needs to learn what it is to be a subjective view, or to have a subjective view versus an objective reality, right? The world needs to figure this out and stop thinking that their subjective view is the only view. Why would you argue someone's opinion? It's absolutely ridiculous. It's made up in the first place, right? People are going to have their opinions on me, on life, on, you know, it's like arguing that baseball is the best sport in the world. I mean, it's ridiculous. I don't participate in ridiculous crap like that. It's like, it's a waste of time. Let's argue about how to compost, right? Should we put paper in the compost pit, and why not? Anyways, man, that's what I got to say about that. Yeah, man, I'm 52. The CRF is so easy to move around. Yeah, right? These lighter weight flickable bikes are the way to go. Yeah, it might be a bit tall. Yeah, but right. So, but it is tall, right? It is a tall bike, but it's got that suspension is just kind of, you sit on it and you can just kind of crush it down. So yeah, man. Yeah, I know. Great bike. Phenomenal. I just wish it was sprung a little bit for someone who's 200 pounds. Yeah. They leave you alone, but only that long. If you run it, yes. But if you run into a checkpoint with the mission to check on each motorbike, you'll be done. No license as a foreigner will give you trouble. Yeah, Odo is spot on here, brother. And you hit checkpoints. You do. And admittedly, we hit one out of, when we were riding out of Bacolod. We hit one, and freaking, hey man, people were lined up for miles. I was like, what what the heck is going on here? Sure enough, there was a checkpoint up there, and they were all impressed that I had my Philippines license, the police officers that stopped. So yeah, man, get one. Get your motorcycle endorsement there in the West, and then just do a transfer when you get here, and you'll be fine. Now, I didn't get an actual Philippines license till I think after a year, but I wasn't also riding right away either. And then if you get stopped, you can just look. I just got to the country because I think you're good for 90 days. I think you're good on your like American driver's license with a motorcycle endorsement for 90 days. And then you can just point out, like, I got a motorcycle endorsement on my American driver's license. You can also get like whatever you call the international license that whatever I think is also. But how I would do it is get your endorsement in the United States, assuming that's where you're from, and then do a transfer shortly after being here. It takes time. You can't do it the first couple of weeks. You're going to need like your ACR card. You're going to need like residence, stuff like that. There were some hoops to jump through. I remember when I got my Philippines driver's license. But yeah, no, you're right on, Odo. Appreciate that, brother. I learned, 25 plus years ago, don't feed the trolls. It's so true, man. That's what they want. That's what they want. You know, I just don't give any thought. Any attention to it. You know, I just ignore it. That's what they want, man. It's just whatever, man. And I've talked about this a lot on a couple of other lives that have come up. Man, I can't believe that's how they live their life. That's how they choose to live it, with drama and chaos and crazy. No, thank you. As a dilly long salamat, as they say here. Cebu is especially strict when it comes to implement traffic rules. Amen, brother. I got like 4 tickets in Cebu, man. So many damn tickets. I wouldn't ride in Cebu for that reason. I wouldn't ride in Cebu for the traffic. I wouldn't ride in Cebu for many reasons. It's just, and you don't need to. You don't need to. Yeah, you can get around with cabs and motor taxis and all that stuff, but yeah. 400 Sig Crap. Yeah, I don't know much about him. Yeah, like I said, I don't know more. He was in so when I was in Cebu, we were in what the hell is in the social, the top floor of the ILM Mall, and he was in there. He didn't say anything. I was, whatever, man. I don't, whatever, man. Teach their own, dude. Teach them. But I've seen him. I've seen him before. Paul, yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, I forgot to mention that your bike might be impounded, not having a valid license. Yeah. It's hit or miss. It depends on where you're at, man. It really does. Gosh, it's so wild, man, right? Like, people talk a lot about helmets and gear and all that crap. And we were in, that Bias, right? That town that we're in, wherever the hell. Nobody was wearing a damn helmet. Nobody. Not any. Mary Rose and I were the only 2 people wearing helmets in that freaking entire town, it felt like. So it really depends on where. And that's kind of one of the things about the culture here. You can go one town and it's different, the other town. You know what I mean? It's just, things are really varied depending on where you're at and what you're doing. Yeah, I might have to get myself a license before getting it. Paul, I would, brother. I would. It's just going to make it simple. Not only that, you're going to learn something, especially if you go to a really good like training course in Denver. They had several of them. I think Iron Mountain or whatever the hell was the one I did. But it was great. I got a lot out of it. I actually learned to ride a bike, learned to ride a motorcycle. So, and then you're good. And then whatever, if you want to get a scooter, if you want to get whatever, they're trained you work a clutch, you'll have an endorsement. Yeah. Highly recommend that, brother. Yeah, be the way to go. 5K. What's he talking about? I'm not sure what you're talking about. 5K. Yeah, I'm not sure. I thought I'd reach out to Mary Rose to see if she was listening, but she's not. Do you know what he's talking about when he says 5K? Okay. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, let me know what you're talking about with 5K. If you have a driver's license, you can use it for the first 90 days after. I thought it was 90 days, yeah. And then you can get a local ID based on your license. Ask anyone from the LTO. Yeah, I thought it was 90 days. Yeah, I appreciate it, Odo. Thank you, brother. Yeah, dude. Nah, dude, I don't play those games, man. But that's the point. He's saying a lot of crap. Why argue someone's subjective view? It's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. That's his view. Why would I argue his view, right? Yeah. First time tuning in. You're the only YouTuber that I watch that lives in Mindanao. Thanks, brother. Appreciate it, Dan. Yeah, my dad's planning on retiring in Dumaguete next year, for sure, man. Yeah, and Dumaguete's all right. Yeah, good for you. It kind of taking interest in what your dad's up to. Dumaguete's all right, man. Yeah, lots of foreigners there, lots of stuff going on. It's not where I would want to live. And then invite your dad, if he hasn't already, do his homework. Dumaguete gets a lot of attention because there are a lot of bloggers there, a lot of people talking about it. But honestly, I would freaking go an hour north and go to Bias is where I'd go. But yeah, Dumaguete's all right. Yeah, man. Yeah, thanks, Dan. I appreciate it, brother. Yeah, I appreciate it. Hope all is good for you. Yep. I mostly watch travel and food vids, for sure. For sure. Yeah. We'll just watch, we'll do research. We watch a variety of stuff. I've been watching a lot of cement, concrete crap. I like watching what people do with concrete. Cement is like, concrete is this massive building tool here. A lot of the homes are built out of concrete. So I'm watching a lot of concrete and just kind of what Texas Filipino is doing, stuff like that. He's a guy I watch from time to time. So that's kind of the stuff that I'll watch every now and then, just because there's whatever. I watch stuff on composting because I'm, setting up my compost pit. I watch, whatever, just kind of whatever I'm up to, I'll watch. I don't really watch travel stuff because I'm traveling, unless it's like where I want to go. Like I'll look at people, like we're looking to go to Denagat. I can't remember who they were. It's this couple, this guy and this girl. They're European. I can't remember what their name is. Huge travel channel. But I've watched some of their stuff because we're going out to Denagat just to see what's out there, right? Yeah. Yeah, you watch Grandpa's video about if this is you. This is the U.S. mentality. Good night, U.S. Yeah, dude, U.S., man, the U.S. is in trouble. It really is. It's, after being here for 3 years, I just kind of get how it's not the same country that I grew up in. It's just not, man. And part of me maybe I'm just old, right? I'm old, but it's not. It's just culturally, it's dead, man. People just are so toxic. They're so toxic. And then they leave the country and they just bring it with them and they don't know how to let it go. Yeah, United States is in deep, deep trouble, man. It's in deep trouble culturally. That's what I love about here. Communities, families, people are connected. Yeah. Yeah. It's rough there. I'm happy to be here. My brother lived in the Philippines for 9 years, has 2 children, and built a beautiful home and had 2 wonderful children. And the reason he went to the Philippines was for simplicity. Absolutely. Absolutely, Chelsea. So true. That's why I'm here. I wanted a simpler life around friendly people, and that's exactly what I have. We walk out, we got neighbors that, bring us food over and just so cool. Love it. I love it. I love my life here. I love who I get to be here and who I get to surround myself with. It's just great. I dig it. I hop on my bike and travel, and that's what we're going to do tomorrow. We're going to hop on the bikes and we're going to ride up to Leyte and, visit family and be parts of festivals and parades. And, that's what I'm going to show you guys too. We got stuff of that coming up. We got travel videos coming. This Fisherman's Festival that Mary Rose talks about from her hometown looks great. I'm excited, dancing in the street and, beautiful, wholesome, religious, spiritual type of environment here. And yeah, man. Yeah, good for you, Chelsea. 2.2 kilometer a mile. Oh, 5K. I get what you're saying. 3.2. Yeah. 3.2 miles is 5K. I get what you're saying, brother. Yeah, Paul, I do have a driver's license. Is that what you mean by DL? So a car driver's license is good for a scooter. It's not. You need a motorcycle endorsement, Paul. And in the United States, I think anything under, I can't remember the CC, you don't need. Like for a scooter, you typically don't need a motorcycle license, but here you do. Anything with two wheels with a motor on it, you need a motorcycle license. So 125cc, 150cc, you'll need a license. So no, your driver's license will be good for 90 days, and then after that, you will want to get a Philippines driver's license with a motorcycle endorsement. So that's why it's good to get your motorcycle endorsement there, and then just transfer your license. That would be the way I would do it, for many reasons. I mean, there's ways around it for sure. I just wouldn't suggest it. The nice thing about getting your endorsement there in the United States is you're actually going to get some training, which is key, because the last thing you want to do is hop on two wheels without any kind of training. And know that the riding here is different. And I would not ride in any big city if you're a new rider. Stick to the country, stick to the side roads. And here's the thing too, the rules of the road that you're used to they don't necessarily apply here. And here's the number one thing that'll get you is how people merge into lanes and into traffic. They don't. They're just going to come out. And so you want to, that's why I ride slow, is I'm always in a space where I can stop if I need to, because they don't merge. And that was one of the things I saw early on, Paul. And then I'm angry thinking that I'm right. Like, what are you doing? You're not merging. No, that's how they drive here. They're right? In the world of right and wrong. So you've got, and it doesn't matter who's right if you're dead, So that would be the one thing I would think of as a new rider. You just want to ride slow, brother. You want to ride slow, get your training, get your endorsement, and then come here and know that, just be cautious, be defensive, but you also can't be overly defensive. You can't ride so damn slow that you're going to get run over by buses. So it's a balance. It's a dance. But no, merging is one of those things that is very different here. Cars will come out in front of you. Even if you're on the main street and they're coming out, they can come out in front of you. So it's not impossible to ride here. It's very easy to do once you kind of see it for a little bit. But you definitely want to I would get your endorsement there, is how I would suggest it, for many reasons. Man, you got the best life here. Even better when you have an amazing Filipina. No, brother, I don't put any energy in people who don't like me. That's fine. They cannot like me, and it's okay. I can't make everybody happy. Like I said, I've been in the service industry my whole life. I learned early on that you can't make everybody happy. And so I don't try. I try to make the bulk of the people happy for sure. And I intentionally don't want to piss people off. Like, that's not what I'm up to. But I don't go around living my life trying to make every person on this planet happy. Forget that. That's a waste of time. Right? Yeah, I don't worry about it, brother. I really don't. If anything, I just feel bad for people that's what they're up to. I feel bad for people that all they have in their life is that. Can you imagine? That's what your life is about? Oof. No, thank you. Dili lang salamat. Yeah, YouTube pays well if you get over 100,000 views. Yeah. Making money on YouTube. Wow. It's easy to get monetized, guys. I think I was monetized within the first 3 months, but to actually make money on YouTube, yeah, it's hard, man. It's hard. And to make it consistently, I mean, think about what is poverty line in the United States, right? Poverty line, 20,000 or so a year. Dude, I am so far. I think I'm making whatever, 5,000 a year, 6,000 a year on YouTube. Very few vloggers are making over the poverty line on YouTube in the Philippines. Very few. I would say probably maybe 5 are making more. And yeah, you can make money on that. You can, but it's different here. And then you got to know the niche. You got to know the genre. What sells here is sex. Sex sells. And do you want to sell that? And then you open yourself up to all this other drama crap. It's just like, but whatever. Admittedly, the one video, our house video, that's whatever, 300,000 videos. Yeah, man, that made whatever. I don't even know how much it made. Maybe $1,000 or so. But one video. And then the cost of it to run the channel. I mean, come on, man. I got mics. I got freaking drones. I got cameras. I mean, yeah, a bunch of drones behind me. I don't make any money on YouTube. I don't make any money on YouTube. Zero. I'd have to make, what did I say? Between $300 to $500 a month. Let's pull out the calculator. Let's just say 400. I have to make 400. Yeah. Yeah, I'd have to make like 5,000 a year to make money on YouTube. Is that right? Yeah. I guess that's right. And I'm making right around that, but websites, domains, software, hardware. Yeah, it's hard to make money on YouTube. Well, whatever. If that's your game, then yeah, you could do it. I'm not interested, right? It's not my, it's not my drive. YouTube for me is a way to just kind of, it's a hobby. It's like skiing, right? It's like riding motorcycles. YouTube for me is a hobby. Yeah. No. Driver's license covers on 2 wheels up to 50 cc, if I'm not wrong. Otherwise, you need a motorbike driver's license. Yep, absolutely. Get your motorcycle endorsement. It's a way to go. That's what it all boils down to, though, for people. Just insecure, man. There's people insecure in their own lives, which, like I said, once you see that, then you can be like, then you get to the point of just, you feel sad for them. I do. I feel sad for a lot of the guys that are out there living their lives, looking at other people and, whatever. Just live your life. Have a great life. Do what makes you happy. And if that's what makes you happy is putting other people down or criticizing other people, then whatever, so be it. I go back to what people do or say. I don't, it's not that I don't care, because that's not the right way to language it. It's just, I don't like it. Like, that's what they have. That's theirs, right? And it's what they believe. It's what they think. I don't have a good, bad, right, wrong about that. It's just what they have. It's a subjective reality, and it's theirs, and they can keep it. It's not my reality. It's their reality, and whatever, whatever, man. Teach their own, whatever. It's interesting because I don't necessarily know how to language it. I don't. No, I'm okay, babe. Thank you, though. So I'm okay. Huh? Yeah, sure. Yeah, thanks, baby. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's really weird because it isn't that I don't care. Wow. Was that plugged in? Yeah, anyways. Sorry, I'm just plugging in my iPad. I'm trying to, anyways. Yeah, I like cat vids. Oh, dude, so funny, right? Hey, babe, can you plug in my iPad out there? I wonder why. Did I unplug it? Anyways. Oh, yeah, cat vids, dog vids, funny, humorous baby laughing around vids. Depends on the paper. In my compost pit? Dude, Captain Trucker, what's up, brother? Yeah, good for you, brother. I watch your stuff every now and then too. It's been a while since I've seen a video, but yeah, this guy's a character. We're traveling around. I think he comes back and forth to the Philippines. And dude, sorry we missed each other in Bacolod. I think you reached out to me, but I'd already left. But yeah, man, I've seen some of your stuff every now and then. Yeah, good for you. Yeah, amen, brother. Yeah, hope all is well for you and your family. I believe you got a son out here. So yeah, good for you. Chelsea, my brother lives in the cities, Quezon City, but unfortunately no longer with us now. Oh yeah, I'm sorry about that. Yeah, I'm trying to get my nephew and niece back to the UK from the Philippines. Okay, all right. Yeah, well, yeah. No worries, no worries. Jeff, yeah, so many channels out there. I have to admit, my guilty life little pleasure is Prancer size. I turned you on to Prancer size, man. Oh my gosh, man. Oh, Prancer size. You guys gotta. Oh my. I don't even know if I can suggest that. Oh, that is hilarious. Oh, thanks, baby. You want to sit back down and chat? Are you good? Yeah, come on down. You're the next contestant. All right.
It's warm up in here.
Oh, I'll turn it on eco. It's because I'm drinking coffee. Boog now is cold, by the way. That's what that means.
Yeah, it's so cold.
Yeah, I'm sorry, baby. Do you want whoops? Yeah, do you want a blanket? Blanca. What? Yeah, I'm drinking hot coffee too. Yeah. Yeah, Mary Rose is back. Any questions for her, guys? I think I'm a little bit behind on comments, but yeah. Hey, Frank, what's up, brother? Oh, thanks, Frank. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thanks for checking out the channel. And yeah, thanks for checking out new, check back the old content. I got a bunch of stuff when I lived in Cebu, a bunch of stuff in Leyte, just driving around. I do, it's an everyday life channel a lot of ways. Travel, and I'll do travel stuff. When I'm at home, we'll do home stuff. So, but yeah, I'm just a guy, out here in the Philippines, finding his way, man. What's up, Diet?
Nothing.
Nothing? You good?
Yeah.
How you feeling?
I'm good.
Yeah? What are we up to today? Saturday? We've got a lot to do. We're heading out tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're excited to go back later?
I'm excited to go back to Leyte. Did I get your mic on? Yep. Okay. I am excited to go back to Leyte. Yeah. We're going to go back to the home. We lived there for a while. I'm excited to go back to some of the restaurants. What was the Julian's, the rice place, the meat shop? We're going to do beach stuff, barbecue stuff. Yeah, man. Yeah. Otomoto is great, man. He's got a lot of great information. Yeah.
He's really good subscriber. He's really loyal to Chris.
Yeah, no, I appreciate you, brother. But you might have a hard time finding a 50cc bike here. Most of them are 125. Like the Click is a 125. Brother, just get your endorsement. Trust me. Trust me on that. Steve says, I'm considering getting an Insta360 and mounting it to a bicycle. Absolutely, man. Yep. Insta has the mount specifically for bicycles. What length of the selfie stick you think would work best? Well, and there's a lot of that content out there, and it looks really cool. So I invite you to kind of look at what they're doing. But I can tell you right now that there's a couple of sticks you're going to want to get. Oh, sweet. I got them both right here. So I actually think this one, it either came with a backpack or the bike one. I think it does come with both. This is a small little, whatever, maybe a 10-inch carbon fiber rod. So it's lightweight and strong. This comes with a bicycle mount. This is great, right? You can stick it right out of the front of your bike. I use this quite a bit. Another stick you can get is the, looks like it's called the Action Selfie Stick. This is carbon fiber. It's lightweight, strong. And this extends out, I can't remember how far, but it extends out quite a ways. whatever, maybe 4 feet or so. I think both of them would be pretty cool. They give you different views. Typically, the further away, the better, but there's a line there. So yeah, I think both would be good. I think you could do some really cool creative stuff with this one, and you can also do some really great stuff with both of these. Is what I would suggest to get. Yeah, it'll be fun. Yeah, great. I think you'll enjoy it. I really enjoy the Insta360 and the technology and the cameras. I think they're great. I have the X5. Yeah, is this power doesn't appear to be working, or maybe hopefully my iPad's not dying. Oh shit! Can you do you mind plugging that in out there just to see if it charges?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, here's my camera. I have the X5. Really, I don't think it's focusing, but yeah. Anyways, like this camera, phenomenal camera. I also like the camera that I have here. It's the DJI, what's that, Osmo Pocket. Really good camera too. I use this for the live streams and stuff. A lot of guys solely use that for vlogging.
Shit.
What?
No, it didn't.
It's not charging?
Yeah.
Yeah, just plug it in and close it. Hopefully it's not dead. That would suck. But yeah, man, I'm a big fan of Insta360. The Ace Action 2, they're kind of more GoPro style cameras are great. They make a good product. That and DJI and Insta360 to me are the two best cameras out there. I like DJI and their drones, their microphones, their cameras. I think DJI just released a new camera also. So big fan of DJI and Insta360. I did my motorcycle certification at Harley Davidson. Yeah, Frank. Yeah, they have a pretty good program. Yep. At any of the Harley dealerships. Yeah, absolutely. Yep. Yeah, I would just do a quick AI or Google search on depending on where you're at in the world regarding motorcycle training, and I bet you'll come up with some good options. Yep. Yeah. Harley Davidson's, I'm sure that makes sense that they would offer a deal. Let me get you more on camera here. There we go. My brother's wife and my brother.
My brother's wife had my brother unalive, and I'm going around many of the channels.
Let's see.
So her brother is dead, and then the wife is getting all the money from the brother, and also the kids is in the wife, and she wants to get the kids.
Right.
The wife is hiding the kids from the family of the brother.
For the money?
Yeah.
Yeah. The money. There can be some weird dynamics that happen here, unfortunately. There can be some weird stuff. It's just unfortunate. The Philippines isn't heaven, right? It's not perfect, but there can be a little bit of drama, in particular around money. People kind of can do whatever.
Yeah, some Filipinos are like that. That's my comment about earlier about sick grandpa.
Oh yeah.
And that's why I'm laughing.
Who's this? Mary Rose Aboo Aing. Aboo.
No, it's not Ubuob.
Obaob. Obaob. Oh my God, me. Who's this person?
I don't know. Maybe you're.
Yeah, he's called Carefree Chris for a reason. Is it right?
Yeah.
All right.
It gives it
positives. Yeah.
Because when the stress sees him, it walks the other way.
Right. Well, like I was sharing too, it's why I moved here.
Yeah.
Right? It is why I moved here too, just to kind of create a simple, happy existence. The last thing I'd want to do is recreate a drama life over here. Dili lang salamat. Dili lang salamat. A funny story about that right there. So I had learned 2 phrases.
That day.
Yeah, I had learned 2 phrases that day, exactly. And Dili lang salamat was one of them, which means no thank you. Yes. And the other one that I learned was, what's that?
Nagay gamay.
Nagay gamay?
Yeah.
Nagay gamay, which means you're a little bit crazy.
Yeah.
So the Dili lang salamat is super helpful when people come up to you, kids or whatever, to kind of try to sell you stuff, right? They'll walk up on the street. They'll be like, here, you know, they'll try to hand you whatever,
Yeah.
the towels or whatever.
Yeah.
And you'd be like, Dili lang salamat. Well, like I said, I learned both phrases that same day. And what do I say to the little kid who comes up to me and tries to sell me towels? I don't say Dili lang salamat. I say Nai gamay, which means you're a little crazy.
That's in Bantayan.
Right? And the kid looks at me like that. And,
After that, no kids come to you.
right? Oh my gosh, that was so funny, man.
And then you didn't really get it until I said it. I was like, oh, you said the wrong thing. But
Yeah, that
I
was
said
hilarious.
sorry.
That was kind of so funny. So I was like, oh wait, what Dili lang salamat, Dili lang salamat. But yeah, man, too funny. No, but it is. It's why I came here. You know,
Yeah.
it's to laugh, to enjoy, and yeah. Are there stressful moments sometimes? Absolutely, there are.
Yeah.
Are there, you know, things where you get upset or whatever? Sure, it's life, right?
And you're human.
Yeah, I'm human. And then, but I don't participate in the drama. I just don't. Dili lang salamat, right? Not gonna mind. Yes, absolutely. I've been to 27 countries, and Thailand and Vietnam are the worst for dating. Most people don't speak English and have no interest in foreigners being involved in their lives. Yep. Really interesting, Dave. Yeah, really interesting. Yeah. I think I've heard that too. You know, great infrastructure, great place to go hang out on the beach and have good restaurants and good food and travel around. But people, culture, maybe not, right? Maybe not. I've heard the same thing.
Nobody is interested in what happened to my brother. He lost not only £4.5 million. I've lost my niece and nephew to woman from the province.
Oh, so sad, girl.
Yeah, there's
Chelsea.
there's a lot of Filipina. If there's the good Filipina, there's also bad.
Yeah, no, I've had my experiences with good and bad locals. I really have, right? And again, there too, it's just recognizing when people have not the best of intentions and then removing yourself from those. But yeah, so there are people like that here, unfortunately.
Some foreigners should be careful too, because there are Filipinos that's after you with your money, but they just show that they care. Like what happened to one foreigner in Bohol, he's now in a road asking for help because all the passport burned.
Right.
Because of the Filipinos.
Yeah. Texas Filipinos, awesome. Yeah, man. James and Mel are great people. Yeah, honestly, I can't wait to get over there and meet those guys. I do. I really want to get over there and stay. I would love to talk to him about concrete and building walls and stuff. Just because I can see myself kind of doing that at some point. Yeah, man. I'd love to get over there and see those guys. I agree. I'm a fan of them also. Too much hate. Too many guns. Amen, brother. So true. Jeff.
Go for some dim sum.
Yes. Thank you, brother. Appreciate that, Jeff. Yeah, go for some dim sum or pancakes. Need it. Yeah, gutom na ka. I had my oatmeal, but I'm getting hungry. Thank you, brother. Salamat kayo. Peace. Thank you so much. Yeah, there's an attack on Western civilization. Once the West falls, the whole world will be like China and easy for billionaires, class control. Yeah, man. I'm glad to be here. I am glad to be in the Philippines and in this country and just kind of on my bike, riding around, ignorant of globally kind of what's going on. And that's by design. Yeah, that's by design. No thanks, man. I'm gonna ride off in the sunset, right? That's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm doing. Yeah. It depends on the state. DM rules more than 550 cc's and the new e-bike rules are all over the place. That makes sense. Yep, that makes sense. And the e-bikes would kind of be changing a little bit because heck, they're practically motorcycles themselves in some ways. I bet some of them freaking haul ass. Yeah. Some of these e-bikes freaking, an e-bike might be a good way to go here. Although it's just hard to get parts and service, that kind of deal. But e-bike might be a good way to go, honestly.
Yeah, but what I heard also from the LTO when I got my license, they're also planning to be strict on e-bike, especially it's getting bigger now because it causes traffic too.
Yeah, it just depends on where. But yeah, I would get your motorcycle endorsement. I think that's just an overall good practice. Like I said, you'll get training, you'll have your endorsement, And then you won't have to worry about that over here. It also doesn't matter if you're right.
Yes.
Odo, though, he kind of fights this logic a little bit, but yeah, I personally don't know. I've heard this a lot, Troy. I personally don't know. I do have cameras installed. My NX500 has that freaking whatever called Ouichi camera system in there. I freaking love that thing.
Yeah.
It's CarPlay. It hooks up. I got TPS monitors. Highly recommend that. But I have cameras that record it. So if I ever was in any type of incident, I actually have recording of what's going on, which I was in a motorcycle accident in the United States, and I wish I had that type of system because I was ticketed. Even though I had no chance of stopping, I went through the back of a car. This freaking car pulled right out in front of me. And guys, I haven't really talked much about this, but it is one of the main reasons why I came over here. I was just so fed up. I was with the culture and that, and just like, I don't want to go into it because I sound like a hateful dude. And honestly, I have let all that go, but that accident really changed my life. It really did in so many ways. And if I had a recording system, I would have been free of that. So I do recommend one. Whether or not you'll always be in the wrong, that's hard to say, but a recording system will be helpful. And if you're going to drive a car, you're gonna want something. A car, you're gonna definitely want something on a car to record those rides. My first time in the Philippines back in 2006, I stopped at a red light. My father-in-law starts yelling at me, "What are you doing?" I said, "The light is red," and he told me, "We don't stop here at the red light."
Yeah.
So true, brother. It's so funny. Yeah, the traffic rules don't apply, man. They don't apply. And yeah, it's really wild, man. It's so different. So different. Yeah, good for you, Frank. It's a funny story. Appreciate it, brother. Yeah, Terry in the islands. Yeah, the Honda ADV 350. Yeah, man. No, I'm with you. ADV 160 looks underpowered, but I may be wrong. I'm with you. ADV 350 looks great. The thing I don't like about it is the price. At that price, I wonder if you're better off just getting a motorcycle. And that's kind of what I like about the 160 is it's priced at $164,000, which where's my calculator at? So 164, 1, 2, 3, that equals just under $3,000. Now I can't remember how much the 350 is, but I almost
400,000. It's like 300.
390?
Yeah.
I think it might have been 390.
It's like the same price of your.
Yeah, it's almost the same price as my NX.
NX.
Because my NX is 410.
Yeah.
So it's just the pricing to me is what kind of turns me off with that 350. But I agree. So here's the thing about the 160 though, as far as power, I don't ever feel like it's underpowered. I don't, but I'm also never on interstates. Mary Rose, do you feel like the 160 is not fast enough for you?
It's fast. I just do that and then it jumps.
Gone.
Yeah.
Of course, she's 100 pounds, if that, right?
But we were just ride 70 and it's fast.
Yeah.
How much more you ride 100?
How much faster do you need to ride? Yeah. No, that's kind of my point with a 160. I don't have the experience that it's underpowered. I don't. For the riding that I do in this country, right? Now, and that's kind of why the 350 though sounds great. It does. It sounds really good. But at that price, does it make sense? There might be a better option. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I think you could buy the 300, the Honda CRF 300 Rally that Troy's got. You could buy that for the same price as the 350. Mm-hmm. And I don't know, right? Like, I don't know. Like it is. It's one of those fine lines. It just depends. Yeah, but I do like that 350. I think half the YouTubers are doing it for tax write-offs. Yeah, no, I'm psyched about that. The U.S. tax code can be used and abused if you want to do some accounting work. Yeah, no, I think I could use a lot of this as a write-off for me. I think this will be the first year that I need to think a little bit about that because I did sell quite a bit of stock. Now, granted, this is stock that I've had for a year, so I won't really necessarily have capital gains. But I could use a lot of the YouTube stuff to offset any taxable income that I might have in this year. So yeah, I'm excited about to see how that'll play out. Huge club here riding the Hyundai around Cebu. You'll have many friends. Yeah, for sure. No, and you're right. And that's one thing I've been looking to kind of get into, and I haven't. And Mary Rose and I have talked a little bit about this. We want to try to get into some of these riding communities and groups. There are many riding communities here.
Last time we got invited from Honda
Yeah,
riding,
right.
but
Back in Cebu.
sadly we're here in Butuan and we're ready to head out to Bacolod, so we didn't really experience that. So.
There is a great riding community out here. I love that. You know, it is big difference from the United States and the West. You know, in the United States, you got less than 5% of the vehicles are two wheels. Here it's over 60, I think, when I was looking up those stats. So you've got a better riding community out here. You got a friendlier riding community out here. I'm so stoked about the riding community out here and getting more involved. I want to get on and do some of these group rides that are here, the Bohol Loop, the Negros Loop, the Lete. There's these loop rides that people do. I have not participated in those, and I'm really stoked about kind of getting involved in that. Not necessarily yeah, Odo. I knew he was going to chime in here because we brought this up before. If two Pinoy have an accident, both will insist that they are right. Yeah, you are a foreigner without the Tagalog, have a problem, explain your situation with police, no English. Yeah. No, that's why I like having the camera system. That's why I like having the camera system. You can have recordings and stuff on that. Yeah. Yeah, Mary Rose, what's the most difficult part of dating a foreigner? My gosh. Go ahead.
Should I tell them?
Sure, whatever. Answer the question.
Just joking. Yeah. For me, the most difficult part of dating a foreigner is when a foreigner is a chick boy. But for just dealing with the characteristic or the flaws of a foreigner, then be it, because I'm not perfect too. I also have my own flaws and imperfections. And if that's the case, we'll just talk about it. But if the case is a chick boy or something, no, that's very difficult. That's why I told Chris that I'm happy because every time I'm with him, I fall asleep fast, and I'm really don't think a lot. I just sleep. So yeah.
So what she's saying, the chick boy, if you guys don't know what that means, is a guy who sleeps around with a lot of girls, right? A guy who's a player, a guy who comes here and dates this girl, this girl, this girl, and this girl, right? Yeah. That's one of the things that about foreigner dating. Now, you haven't experienced that because I'm not a chick boy, but you can see that culturally, like the guys who come here and the Filipinos, right?
A lot of people says you are, but no, he is not. He's very
People
different.
say that I'm a chick boy?
Yeah, but
oh my gosh.
No, you're not, because
who the heck's saying that? Where are you hearing this stuff?
And then my mom says you're glad because you can sleep peacefully. That's what my mom says. Right. You can sleep peacefully. Unlike the other Filipino, they said they're lucky because they get some luxury life, they get some gifts, they get some money. But little did they know the foreigner is cheating. So I'm happy with my life right now.
Yeah. So I just think, I think the hardest part about relationships, there are some cultural differences, but I think for the most part, though, guys, I think we really line up well with Filipinos, us Western men, especially if you're kind of a traditional guy. I think we line up. I think we line up well with Filipino women, and it's a great match. You've got guys that come here that are looking for a relationship, looking for maybe a wife or a girlfriend, and you've got women here who are looking for a husband. And it lines up. The women here aren't about dating guy after guy after guy. A lot of them aren't. That they just want a man to kind of be with, that they can take care of. They're really into family values. What makes them happy is taking care of you and taking care of the house. That's what she enjoys, we enjoy together. So it's a good mix. Now, I think some of the struggles that I see that we have sometimes are around communicating. We both speak English, but I think the words that we say to each other most often are what? Like just hearing each other sometimes isn't the greatest, and understanding each other. So I think communicating sometimes can be a little bit of a challenge, but we work through it.
But it's easy to deal with.
Right.
So.
Yeah. No, it is. It's all good.
And also the cultural differences. The first phase of our relationship, it's okay. And then the second is like, I don't really understand because of the culture differences, and I don't have the experience of getting to know the foreigner because he's my first foreigner. So
Right.
it's very shocking to me. But when you realize that all through you live together, you will understand that.
Yeah. No, but like I was saying, I think for the most part, it's a good fit, man. It really is a good match for us guys here.
Going back to it, does it mean
Queenie making a cameo? Jeff likes Queenie.
Yeah. So sad, Jeff.
I don't know if she'll be around or not. She just had a kid. She just had her first baby. Yeah. She's doing good. Sweet girl. She is the sweetest. She's figuring life out too, like the rest of us. But we need to get Queenie on camera, right? She is beautiful. She's a beautiful girl, and but yeah, she had a baby, a boy, right? Yeah, a baby boy, and both baby and mom are doing good. DJI released the Action 6. Yes, I did see some stuff on that. Varying aperture. Ooh, the first of the action cam, and they have a 360 now as well. I have seen that. Odo, I love DJI as a company. I don't shoot with them. I shoot mostly with the X5, but I love DJI. Their drones. I got the new Mini 5 Pro behind us here. I love their company, man. I think they make phenomenal products. They really do. And the Action 6, it looks like an incredible camera. I've seen a little bit about that. I knew it just came out. Yeah, no, they're good, man. They really good company. Probably one of the better ones out there. I'd say Insta360 and DJI is probably that much better. I don't shoot with them. I should shoot with this Pocket more, but I really, I love this kind of camera. I love shooting with it. I love the views that it has. I'm just a fan, right? The iPad not charging could be the plug input. Need to be air blown out. Yeah, compressed air. Yeah, I'll have to try that again. Yeah, it's not charging on the other port too, so hopefully it's not dead. It's a couple years old. That would suck. It's a iPad Pro Max, but I did buy it right before I moved here, so it is a couple years old. Odo, who is yeah,
must be a troll.
Good for you. What's up, Richard? Dude, how's your bike doing, man? How's the you got the Cowie 900, I think, right? Yeah. Good for you, man. How's the riding going up there? Have you been out on it? Yeah. Oh, you're sick, huh? Oh man, there is a bug going around.
Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I had a stomach bug.
Yeah.
It was a unique bug. I don't think I've ever had a bug like this. I had fever, really bad fever for like a day, but it was all stomach related.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like usually when I get sick, it's some type of upper respiratory stuff, like either a cough or congestion, that kind of deal. I never had any of that, but I had really a sour stomach. And then a fever. I had a high fever, whatever, 100 degree fever. I can't remember Celsius what that was, but yeah. Anyways, yeah. Sorry you're not feeling good, brother.
Oh, and this.
Yeah, man. That's kind of what I had as well. Yeah, I had a stomach bug that was getting me. Yeah, and all of Mary Rose's family had a bug too.
Yeah,
they were all sick. Your sisters got it now, right?
My whole family, one by one.
Yeah, they're almost done with it now. Yeah. I've been in Indonesia for 24 hours and already had so many good conversations with very appealing women. Yeah, very underrated for dating. It's on par with the Philippines for dating. Yeah, Indonesia. Yeah, good for you, brother. Good for you. I hear the same. I need to get out. What is Indonesia? Okay, yeah, I see it here. I get confused with Indonesia and Malaysia. I do, admittedly. Yeah, Malaysia's like Singapore, Kuala Lumpur. Indonesia's like Jakarta. Yeah, Jakarta's been big for dating for a long time. But yeah, admittedly I get a little bit. I mix up those two quite a bit. But yeah, I'm just looking at the map here. Kuala Lumpur, Singapore, Malaysia. Which Kuala Lumpur is supposed to be whatever. But yeah, Indonesia, Jakarta. What David Bond talked a lot about Jakarta, right, back in his day. So, anyways, whatever. He looks great, right, David? Did you see it? We've seen a little bit of David stuff too recently. He's got his little boy,
Yeah.
David Jr. Good for him,
Yeah.
man. Good for him.
Yeah, it's so cute.
David and Jess.
Yeah.
You remember those guys, right?
Yep.
Of course, right? We've
Yeah,
seen them quite
they're
a couple
good.
times.
Yeah.
We hung out in Cebu City a little bit here,
Yeah,
here
I
and
like
there.
Jess too.
Yeah, it's
She's
just sweet
real
girl.
Sweet. Yeah.
Sweet girl. Yeah, sweet province girl. I think they're in the. I don't know where they're at. I think they're in the provinces now. Yeah, good for them. We'll wish them the best too. Yeah, yeah. But David Bond spoke a lot about Indonesia, in particular Jakarta. Yeah, no, I think you're right on there, Troy, or Dave. Yes, you run the same Uchi on my 300 rally, front rear cameras, and
Yeah.
I like it. I like, man, that TPS system saved our butt in Ormoc that one time when we had a flat tire and didn't know it, you know, because the tire was super stiff, and that TPS monitor fired right off and said low tire. So we went and got some tire sealant and stuff like that. So I'm a big fan of TPS system, tire pressure monitoring system. I also too like the fact that it's got my map, it's got CarPlay. I'm a huge fan of that Ace Uchi. There's a bunch of them out there. There's affiliate links in my videos too, if you guys ever want to pick one of those up.
It's really good.
Freaking love that thing, man. I love that thing. Really super helpful. It's got front and rear cameras, so you can do. You can just put a little micro SD card in there, and you got your recordings.
Really cool.
Body language is suspect. I don't know.
I don't know.
But OG, maybe because there's a 6-inch gap here between us.
Maybe should I?
You should sit on my lap. Buong kayo, right? Yeah.
We're not that Filipino.
Right, man. I think when you get up in the mountains, you need to, select the gears. Automatic gearboxes could struggle up in the mountains. Yeah, the 160. We've been traveling all over with that dang thing. She's got no problems with it. Of course, like I said, she's 100 pounds.
It's really good. The suspension is really good.
Yeah.
The brakes is.
The brakes are super sharp.
Yes,
the brakes are
they're
really good on
good.
that. Yeah, I'm a big fan, man. I dig it. The U.S. is so large, and the weather is not great for full-time use of motorbikes. Yeah, it's true. I lived in Colorado for a long time, and I rode year-round. Now, obviously, I didn't ride in the snow, but the thing about Colorado that probably most people don't recognize is that, or realize, is that you would get snow, and then a week later, a lot of that would be gone, depending on where you're at, of course. But like the Denver metro area, because of the sun and the elevation, you would get the sun and it would just freaking melt the snow. So, week later, all that snow is gone. Hardly ever would you have snow on the ground that would last for months. But yeah, I rode year round. But yeah, it just depends on where you're at. Here in the Philippines, you can ride year round.
First thought about this dude is.
First thoughts about this dude, definitely worked in the IT field. Yeah, I was an IT professional for most of my life.
But most of the Filipino here, the first thought of this guy is
Navy.
Working in Navy.
Yeah, most people think I'm in the military.
Because it's big.
Because I'm whatever. I'm not gone, but I'm not. I'm 5'10". I'm
not definitely like big or tall something, but your
thick.
muscles. Yeah, that one.
Yeah, but yeah, no, I worked in the IT industry for a long time. I enjoyed it, but happy to be out of it. Yeah, whatever. I wasn't the most technical, admittedly. Honestly, I was more of a sales guy. If I look at the IT people, my coworkers, they were so technical, and I just wasn't. I was more like my specialty, my expertise was more dealing with the people. So kind of like if we had like an office that was problematic, or they were upset, or they were having issues, I got sent in. So that was my expertise, is I could deal with difficult people. So yeah, I was kind of more of a sales guy than an IT guy, but I was kind of that combination. I had that little bit of a balance of a technical expertise, but also a people expertise, right? Yeah, I agree with that, Chris. We do align well with a good Filipino. Filipinos are the best. And you have a good one there with Mary Rose. Yeah, communication is key. No, she's great. I have no complaints with Mary Rose. No, you're good, babe. You are.
Just tell them.
Tell
Because
them.
they might think that I put gun in your side.
Yeah, put a gun to my side. No, you're good, babe. You're good. You are. You're a great girl. You're very sweet, very nurturing. You love taking care of home and house and me, and those are things that you pride yourself in and make you feel good. And that's great. I mean, not that I need someone to take care of me, but that kind of deal. But it's nice.
Yeah, just like what my mom says, it's not like you need someone to take good care of you, but it's like you also want, because in your US you haven't really experienced that. My mom always told me that.
Right.
My mom always remind me that.
Yeah, she's scratching my back, scratching my legs. I mean, it's just, come on, man. Asking me if I want more coffee and bringing me a drink and, making me breakfast, and you just take care of me, which is so incredibly awesome. And, not a lot of attitude, and it's a non-confrontational culture in a lot of ways. So it's
But
not
sometimes you hate me because I just get silent. Because for me,
Yeah,
being silent
it's
is
okay. I've learned.
Yeah, but because some foreigner they like
Tampo, whatever.
they're like us to tell them what's happening, but
Right.
we just get silent because we don't want to hurt you. We don't want to say bad things. So.
Yeah, and I've learned with that, just give you time and space.
Mm.
Allow you to kind of chill out and kind of get there. So yeah, no, it's good. It's good. It really is. It's goes well. Yeah. Yep. Pick up the new X3, still under warranty for $10K. Okay. You picked up the new X3. Wow. Yeah. I still have that X3 as well. And the X3, the X4, and the X5.
Maybe if who wants to buy something.
Yeah, if anyone wants to buy a camera.
We have a bundle. We have extra bundle.
Yeah. I bugged out for a few because I got a notification that new Prancer size. Have you seen the Prancer size? Oh my gosh, it's absolutely crazy. I don't think I can, dude. I think it's too PG-13. Can I put her up? Oh, hold on here. Oh man, YouTube. Let's see here. Hold on. Let's see. PRA and Prancer size.
I've seen that.
You've seen this?
You showed me because someone commented that maybe you need to buy me something like that, and I told you no.
Yeah, Prancer size, man. Yeah.
I've seen that. You showed me that because someone comment about I don't know what's that, but I asked you what is that because someone says maybe you should buy Mary Rose in the US.
Yeah.
I was like, what's that? And then you showed me that video.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Prancer size. Yeah. Dude, how many 16 million views, man. I mean, as ridiculous as it is, that video has made thousands of dollars. Crazy. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Prancer size, man. Bike is great. Weather finally nice, and I'm sick. Oh my gosh, you lost 5 kilos. Oh, brother. Oh, hope you get well, man. Yeah, drink your fluids. Oh, hope you get well. Yeah. Yeah, the long-term visa options for Indonesia and Malaysia are too expensive for most expats. I did hear about that. I did hear that there are some tips around that. Like you could go, I think I have it. Like you could go out to, hold on, I'm just pulling up my map here so I can look. You can go to like Kuching, I think it was, or Bintulu, or Brunei, and you could get, because you could go out there and actually get your visa out there. I can't remember, but there were some tips and tricks around getting those visas out there. Oh, might get a little stiff. But yeah, there were some tricks around that. Right? What are we talking about? Yeah. Me being an IT guy, for sure. It's funny how you find me amusing. I'm glad I amuse you. Me and my little Joe Pesci voice. Huh? Mm. Yeah. Jakarta has surpassed Tokyo as the most populated city on earth. Dude, I went to Tokyo, like I was saying, for the Formula One race, and it was dead. Like, there was hardly any people there. It was weird. Yeah, for the most populous city, I felt like, I mean, Cebu City felt more populated than Tokyo. I mean, Cebu City's like people piled up everywhere, right? I'm walking down Tokyo, and I've shot videos there, and you can see it. I mean, there just wasn't that many people. It felt like it was weird. Yeah, I don't enjoy being there anymore. But Indonesian is an alternative. The Philippines are finding quality women who speak English. Yeah, right on, Dave. Yeah, good for you, man. Yeah, many Filipinos it's the same. She's caring and sweet. Yeah, an amazing cook. Very traditional, right? Very traditional. Yeah. Richard's got a great, 19-year. Congratulations, brother.
Congrats.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Good for you, man. Yeah. And Odo too, I believe. Yeah, married. Great relationship. Long relationship. Is there one spot that needs drug testing? Yeah. Is there
one sport that needs drug testing? It's
yes, if there's one sport that needs drug testing, it's France side. Yeah, it's so true. I know, right? That is some serious camel toe. That's crazy. Good for her though. Oh, did he really? Oh, wow. I did not know that. Did he let's look him up. Recently? Right. Oh, yeah. Okay. May 26th, 2022. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, poor guy. I hope he's I think he didn't he, yeah, anyways. I don't know much about. I mean, obviously I know who he is, but yeah. Yeah, we were married 45 years now. Yeah, good for you, Odo. Good for you, brother. Yeah. Yeah, I meet a lot of guys like that out here. I mean a lot, because that's a lot of guys like that are out here for that, right? They're out here for the relationships. You know, we got a couple friends here. They just had their first child together. Super stoked for them. Good guy.
Yeah.
You know.
We'll meet them by December after later. Yeah, most foreigner. I like when we meet a lot of foreigners in Cebu. I don't really like it because a lot of foreigners.
Cebu is a different class of foreigners, honestly.
But when we met outside Cebu, some foreigners, I like it because they have a good Filipino too.
Right. Most of the foreigners outside of Cebu, they're just different. It's different. Yeah, I agree with you. I typically like the guys that are out of Cebu. I just relate better. Not that there's anything wrong with the guys in Cebu. Yeah. I just relate better to the people that are out of there, right? Yeah, repass in 2022. Yeah, I was just looking at that. Yeah. Good for you, Odo. Yeah, 45 or 45 years. Yeah, good for you, brother. Yeah, good for you. Yeah, he's a retired geneticist. Looking at Odo. Yeah, I think from Germany or something like that. Sharp dude, right? Smarter than me times 4. Of course, I'm an idiot, right?
Who said that?
I say that. I know myself, but I'm not trying, right? Like, dude, I'm like freaking Jeff Spicoli on Fast Times at Ridgemont High. I just, whatever, man. I'm just here to travel around and have fun.
Yeah.
You know?
And Philippines is like it's that
Yeah.
like not smart country too, or like
Well,
not really,
yeah,
So you will learn.
whatever, man. Just show me how to make concrete. Show me how to make freaking compost. Help me build a house and walls and, drive around this country on a motorcycle, meet friendly people. That's what I'm up to, man. Each their own, though, right? What did I click on here? Hold on. Yeah, I got to know her in Germany. Yeah, married there before, first time coming here in 1982. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm just saying, because that was since he was doing Goodfellas movies impressions. Right. That's funny how. Oh, I'm glad I amuse you. Yeah, crazy, eh? Some crazy movies. Yeah. The big cities, expat bubbles are not interested. Yeah. Cebu makes it simple though. It does make it easy, but just it's a different grade of foreigners there that are there. But yeah, I'm with you, man. And whatever, teach their own. I'm with you. I like the smaller towns. Yep, I got you. I like the smaller towns. Yeah. Hey, brother, thanks for answering my questions earlier. I'll be in Cebu for 2.5 weeks in January. All right, man. Yeah. All right. Yeah, good. Yeah, enjoy it, man. Great to travel around. You can bounce out the Bohol, do a bunch of stuff for sure. Yep. How long have you been doing YouTube, and were you doing it before you moved to the Philippines? Dan asked. So I've been doing YouTube, 2.5 years now, I think it is. I started, I think, when I moved to the Philippines, December of 2022, I think, right? And then I started my channel, I think, I can't remember, maybe late January or February. It was after a couple months of being here. I wanted to get set up in that. So I started my YouTube channel then. I mean, actually, I started my YouTube channel way before that. I just didn't put out any videos. I put maybe a couple videos in Denver, riding around on my bike. Some of that stuff I privatize now. But I think I started my YouTube channel way back in the mid 2000s. But anyways, here I started recording, doing Philippines content. I think it was, I can't remember, February or March. I was not doing anything YouTube prior. I had bought a drone out in before I moved here, just kind of flying around and doing stuff. But no, I was in the IT industry before, nothing to do with cameras or any of that stuff. If we started a male-only clothing optional prancer size club, that would be considered gay. Asking for a friend. Male-only prancer size. Dude, that would be so uncomfortable to wear those pants like that, brother. No, thanks, man. I got to be careful with the shorts I have here now. Mary Rose is like, like, you can't wear those shorts.
Yeah, where most American wear like short that's very clear. Or maybe just the Philippine eyes are very clear.
I don't know. Oh, too funny, babe. Philippines calls me in my sleep when I wake up while I'm at work. It looks like heaven. Oh, it is good out here. I do enjoy it. I do. It's a different way of living, though, for sure. Very simple. Very, Sometimes I'm out here. I'm like, all right, let's go to the gym. Let's work out. Let's get running. Let's keep it going. Yep. I lived in New York for a year when I was 8 years old. I was dumped back then, and I did not have a good experience. All right, well, come out here. There are lots of options. Lots of options. Yes, she is friendly. She is friendly. She's fiery, though. She is fiery.
Why?
Why? I don't know. You just are. You're not. I think we have a misconception about the Filipino women being like super submissive or like that. They're really not. They're the Filipino women are pretty fiery. There's an often a comparison, the Latina Asians. I think that's a pretty good kind of comparison.
I think I become fire because I don't know, some people are taking advantage of you and have to step up because I'm a Filipina.
Right.
Before I didn't say anything, I just complained it to you, but now I said it in front of them because it's not good to take advantage of a foreigner. We're the same living in this country. So,
yeah, sometimes you get a little bit overpriced on stuff like that.
So that's why I become
so that's
fiery.
But yeah, I think, yeah, just kind of talking a little bit about that or saying. My boss, 45 years. We'll see, Odo. Take care there, brother. Empine. Yeah. Money. Prancer size. She's too shy, man. She's way too shy. She's got a gym outfit. Actually, you don't really wear much anymore. The black thing. She is shy in that way. And Filipinos are. They're super shy.
Yeah, because first is the judgment.
Right.
The second is that we're not very confident. But now I boost my confidence. He boosts my confidence, and I become more like. But it depends. Like, for example, when we go to the beach and then most of the Filipino wear bikini, I wear bikini.
She wears a bikini.
Yeah, but before, no, I don't, because of the judgment and you know what. But now I don't care.
Right. Too funny. Yeah. Everyone I talk to about like the drinkable water from the tap, it could be okay. $1 water. Enjoy the apartment. Teach their own though. To your point. So the water, brother, isn't too big of a deal. Yeah, you don't want to drink it out of the tap, but you just get, like, we get the big, gallon, they call them here.
Yeah, they call it.
But they're not gallon. I think they're maybe 5 gallon or whatever. They're big blue water containers. And we get like 4 or 5 of those delivered for the week. And then we've got water for the week or so. And water is not a big deal, but you're right. It's not drinkable. But you just get you get clean water. It's easy. They deliver it right to our door. So super simple. Yeah. I'm bringing my Filipina to Australia next month for a 3-month holiday. Has Mary Rose ever hinted at going to the US with you? I mean, I don't want to move back to the United States, but I mean, I think she would love to travel anywhere and everywhere. But yeah, go ahead, babe. What's your thought?
I don't have the desire to like stay in US, but I like to see what it looks like.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to live there, but travel there for sure. Right.
But I don't really have the desire. If you ask me if I want to go to US, if that's my dream country to go, no.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to live there, but fun to visit. Yeah, cool. Not as bad as Latinos. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a silly YouTube about his room backpacking. Yes. Yeah. Dude, that freaking little room, that little vacuum. Yeah, that was one of my first videos ever. Or actually, I can't remember. I did some riding videos pretty early on too about my vacuum. I don't even know if those are public anymore, brother. You've seen that. Got my new toy. Woo woo.
Still working now. It's still working.
Dude, I use that damn thing here.
It's really good for like dust and something that you can't really swept.
I'm a little mildly OCD when it comes to keeping things clean. I do like a clean house and vacuuming crap and stuff like that. Admittedly. That's too funny. Freaking Jeff. They used to make fun for Prancer-sized lady on Saturday Night Live. Yeah, Frank. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that was wild, dude. How many years ago was that? I don't even know. I got rid of it like 15 years ago or so. 10 years ago. Not for nothing, but I used to hang out with Lululemon on my lunch. Yeah. Fun. I used to hang out with the yoga pants, Lululemon. All right. Well, guys, we should call it here. What do we bet? almost 3 hours. Oh my goodness, 3 hours live today. We got a bunch of stuff to do. We got to pack and get ready because tomorrow we're on the road.
Yeah.
So we got some travel videos coming up. We got some riding videos coming up. We're going to shoot. We'll probably stay in Maasin. It's my first time being there. I kind of really stoked about. It's pulled up on the map real quick. I'll show you guys kind of where are we at here. There we are. Really excited about traveling up. So I think we're going to take a ferry from here, Surigao. We're gonna go by Namawasa. I can't wait. We might stay there on the way back. I'm sharing that, right? Yeah. And then we're gonna stay at the Padre Burgos. And then I think we'll drive up to Maasin and stay there the night there before we drive the rest of the way up to Balampon. So we got a lot to do to get ready for that trip. So I think we're going to bounce out and start getting ready because we got to pack. We got the bikes all cleaned up and I oiled the chains and all that yesterday.
I'm excited to eat.
Excited to eat.
And later.
Oh yes, she misses her food. She misses her sea urchins, right? And a fresh fish and all of that.
Yeah, sea urchin.
Although we found some good bungus here.
Yeah, we found a good bungus, but I really want to have a good fish, because my dad is fisherman, so I know what's fish look like. But I'm excited with the sea urchin, and if you say it's gross, I will just say sea urchin.
Yeah, she's already warned me. She's don't be giving my
sea urchin.
Don't be giving my hard time about my sea urchin. Yeah, brother, we'll hit Kamigan. We'll hit it up, I'm sure. All right, guys. Tampin, ayawayo.
And feed a good wolf.
See you guys.